stressing at night, we're together, but I feel alone. How long do I stand here in the fire? How long do I try before I'm on my own? How long do I walk across the wire? Stay till we fall. Chaotic and say things we wanna take back. Is there a reason that we're still together? How long do we stand here in the fire? How long do we try before we're on our own? How long do we walk across the wire? Stay till we fall. lost your attention. I'm running out your mind. Don't know the direction to your side. Got the wrong impression. I thought that we were fine, but now it's turned to ice. So you decide, and I just wait. I don't get you, I don't chase. So you decide, and I'll just save my time. I guess we'll never know, but don't say that you're sorry. Don't say that you're sorry, girl. 'Cause we came almost too close, but don't say that you're sorry. You don't really want me, girl. It's already broken. I don't wanna talk. I'm already looking for something more. But if you wanna link up, you can hit the line. Call me anytime. So you decide, and I'll just wait. I don't get you, I don't chase. So you decide, and I'll just save my time. I guess we'll never know, but don't say that you're sorry. Don't say that you're sorry, girl. 'Cause we came almost too close, but don't say that you're sorry. You don't really want me, girl. Don't leave me on, don't let my phone. Don't leave me on if you don't really want me, girl. Don't leave me on, don't let my phone. Don't leave me on if you don't really want me, girl. I heard that you wanna be something.
Hello and welcome into the Esports Tower Valorant Rumble. Cast live for the Boise State Game Pass Esports Arena. It's the third week of the Fall Valorant Rumble series at Esports Tower. We're looking forward to some exciting gameplay here tonight. On the show, we'll be bringing you 3 exciting bracket stage matchups. Next week, we'll have our semifinals and grand finals. I'm your host, Michael Fish Fisher. Joining me to call all of the action is Brandon Red Hots Koziansik. And Red Hots, this is the first Esports Tower Rumble playing on the new patch with the Sky changes and the Jet nerfs. 2 operators that we see a ton of use here in the Esports Tower. So which do you think is the more impactful nerf going into our games tonight?
I think the Sky nerf is probably the biggest one. Sky was pretty broken with that 6-point ultimate, and obviously with their flash and stuff like that. I think the Sky nerfs kind of open up opportunities for maybe like a breach or something like that to kind of come into play. So a lot of more variety. I think the Jet nerfs are pretty interesting. She's still a very good agent and stuff like that because her dash is broken. But I think with the knives and stuff, it basically shows, hey, like, you know, if you have a higher skill ceiling on Jet than other people, you'll obviously make use of that.
And they did have some KO changes as well, though I think you and I kind of talked before the show. KO is one of those where nothing he does is done better than a certain other operator. So what about, I mean, it's something we see sometimes, especially from teams like the Landslides, the Tsunamis, the high-skill teams, with that bullet penetration. I know they added a couple more spots that are sort of bullet pen safe. Anything you know about, like, maybe changing plants, anything like that might change team styles, or do you just kind of say, it's a new box, someone can spray through, we'll deal with it if it ever happens?
The icebox side on B, I think, is like one of the biggest ones. That's usually a big plant spot, and usually, like, if people are planting, you can kind of spray through it and obviously get either a kill or, you know, a lot of people get a lot of damage there. But now with that being basically you can't shoot with that anymore, I think the biggest thing is it's basically a safe plant there now, right? People will have the sage walls and they'll do that, but like that's just a safe plant now if they're on the other side, and I think that's actually a pretty big deal in terms of having cover for that on people planning and stuff like that.
Well, so get ready to hop into our Week 3 Rumble. We've got some crazy storylines. We have seen numerous new rosters at the start of this fall season. They've shaken things up, and they've also both won. We had the Tsunamis win last week. We had the Infernos win in Week 1. Both new rosters to the Rumble. They'll both be here tonight. Of course, the Landslides will also be here, though a bit of a different look lineup for the Landslides. They do have to bring in 2 free agents this week. They're not changing up anything, but just due to some absences, they're going to have a different lineup. Memphis will still be there, but Prestige, their Sky player, will not be there. So the Landslides will be a very interesting team to watch, but we're going to have a very interesting Rumble. We're going to be able to see the Landslides tonight. We're going to be able to see the Infernos, who were our Week 1 champion, and we're going to be able to see the Tsunamis, who are our Week 2 champion. So we'll get all the high-skilled teams, all the teams we expect to win. Plus, we'll see the Blizzards. They were very strong. The Meteors. We'll see a lot of very strong teams here tonight. Cannot wait to see who comes out on top. But first, let's get to Doc's Keys to the Game, presented by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Those are focus, angles, and flank. Know your win condition. Count cards. Call abilities. And, of course, the easiest thing in Valorant, click heads. Improve your game sets. Improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up at esportstower.com. Kicking things off tonight with our first bracket stage round 1 matchup. It's the Landslides taking on the Monsoons on Icebox. The match that Red Hots just talked about, potentially maybe having a bit of an easier plant site on B. These teams faced off in the semifinals last week. The Landslides took home a dominant win on their way to the finals. Monsoons have been able to compete. They just haven't been able to knock off the Landslides. We'll see if they can get that done this week on Icebox, but the Landslides are such a talented team. I'll be curious how these 2 new free agents in Orthodox and Deadshot kind of affect the team.
Yeah, I think the having 2 new people in your roster is always a big difference because, especially 2 in the game like Valorant and stuff like that. Usually 1 is like, okay, that, we can kind of manage with that, but 2, it's usually like a huge kind of team dynamic is kind of moved around. A lot of people play differently in this game, and obviously the agent selection is obviously a factor as well. Sometimes you have 2 people who play the same agents and stuff like that, so one's got to learn how to play something else.
So you see the operators locked in, the agents locked in, as you said. We still get CC on the Sky, so he'll kind of take that prestige spot for the Landslides who are attacking. Memphis had a rough week last week on that Jet. Interesting that he kind of gets bumped down to the Reyna, and Deadshot will be on that Jet. As you mentioned, sometimes they play the same agents. I'll be very curious how that sort of Jet-Reyna combination operates for the Landslides here when they're used to Memphis being on that Reyna. We saw him save so many times for an op on round 3 or round 4. You don't really want to do that as the Reyna.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think, honestly, Jet Reyna is probably be a lot. It's pretty standard now in terms of like if you run 2 duelists, just because in overall utility, those are probably the best ones you want. Reyna's kind of like usually, more of like a, hey, this is your top fragger kind of style, whereas like the Jet will be more so your operator and stuff like that. So I think usually those are kind of interchangeable. I think it usually just comes down to how the people play style-wise and go from there.
We actually have almost full mirror matchups. The only difference is the Sky versus the Sage. Any sort of small advantage there for either team, even the Landslides without the Sage or the Monsoons without the Sky?
The one thing is the Sage for attacking actually helps a lot because you can block off that site, like especially the new box system where you can't really shoot through it. That helps a lot. And I think the other one is basically you can the ice wall and tube for like midwise, so you can't just open up that every time. I think those are like the 2 big ones in terms of Sage.
Landslides start off aggressive. It's Memphis with the first pick. Odd to Pebble. Deadshots gets another one. Both duelists for the Monsoons already dead, and they're going to get that spike planted immediately as Deadshot picks up another one.
Yeah, it seems like Landslides are just coming to the site and just honestly taking 0 trades in like whatsoever. So it's pretty, favor towards Landslides at this point.
Suke going to try and peek here. He's up to him. Gets one onto CC. You'll take 1. You're never going to win a 1v5 in the pistol round, so you'll take a single elimination, at least for some credits.
Sometimes you just got to right-click and hope it works.
It's kind of what he did. He was just like, they're going to come for me. I'm going to shoot till I'm out of ammo and hope I get a kill onto somebody.
I feel like that's like the classic half the time. Is like, well, if they're like medium range, right, you just kind of right-click and you hope that like one of those is headshot. Because like that right-click is probably like the weirdest thing in the game, I think, honestly. It used to be too broken. It's still really, really good. It's just the RNG factor that kind of sucks sometimes.
I'd be curious what buys the Landslides. What do you and I were somewhat critical of them last week. They are very aggressive in saving on round 2 after winning that first pistol round. I don't know how many ended up saving. It doesn't look like too many of them did.
Seems a couple Spectres, a couple Bulldogs.
Great first pick from Orthodox there.
I'm a big fan of the Bulldog buy on round 2.
Get an easy plant here with the Viper Wall, especially now with that box.
Oh, yeah, so you'll get
That's enough.
Did they just try to knife him?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure the Sage had her knife out.
Memphi's looking for a 4-piece here. Oh, there's a judge.
Oh, got one.
He's got one on the shorty there.
Hey, sometimes the shorties you just gotta hold, and you just like you know someone's gonna push, right? Like I mean, I feel like when you're playing against an eco team, like you know someone's coming.
So I mean, so far the Monsoons have just, I mean, the Landsides, we know they're aggressive. They've like stepped it up a notch with these free agents. They're just like all in on site, and they're just gonna absolutely pump. I don't know why Snazzy has a frenzy still, even though his team's up 2-0.
Well, you can't have communication issues if you just hold W.
True.
At the same site, right?
Yeah, I mean, you ping on the map where you're going. You just tell them, hey,
all
we
right,
need
guys,
comms.
we're going. So we're in the lurk here. Oh, hits him once. That's still pretty good.
Orthodox off screen to pick on the Rezkin. That's 3 straight first bloods.
Yeah, I mean, this guy's like, yeah, I'll play the initiator. Don't worry, guys.
I'm going in. You know what?
I like the smoke wall off from Viper. It makes it really hard for them to actually come from screens if they're not set up already. Seems like they, honestly, it seems like they're putting pretty heavily towards like B for Monsoons here, and honestly, pretty interesting. They're just kind of like opening up A with like 1 to 2 there. Orthodox is going crazy with the Spectre right now.
Get the recon bolt in there for a moment on the Orthodox, but see if we get a retake here. Deadshot gets taken, gets a great kill on to Mo. Trying to push through. Yasuke finally gets an elimination. Can the Monsoons get more than 1 this round? Yasuke looking to peek here. CC not quite able to land the shot. Memphi's able to take one out.
And then honestly, it's doing it. I guess. Oh, that was a great shot.
I don't think they have enough time to defuse, and they get taken out anyway.
Oh, that honestly, that's a pretty big swing in terms of landsides for this round. Monsoon just hit him with a full buy, and landsides was just going off their bonus. And so not only did they get all their guns, they also don't have to buy anything at all. So now their eco is basically set for like a solid 2 rounds, and Monsoon obviously has to eco this round. So it's a pretty big swing. So it looks like Monsoons will probably have to save this round, and then hopefully their next buy round they can get something at least going for them, or else it's going to be in a pretty one-way like slide.
It's interesting that they're still leaving A kind of wide open. They've got 2 mid for the Monsoons defending as that Sage Ball goes down and kind of cuts off Memphi's sight line. But it is now a 4-on-2 on that A side. As Memphi gets a great pick on the Korean Sage, and immediately Orthodox puts down the Viper ult.
I like that. Honestly, it's kind of cool from like the upper right, where you can have everyone up if you need it, and then have people down, so it's really hard for like vertically wise to see where they're at. Oh, nice shot there from Deadshot.
Did get a good trade on to Memphi. It was a 4v4. It's the best round the Monsoons have had with 2 eliminations.
Also a big fan of like getting the kill and then instantly dashing away, like not looking for another one or anything like that by the numbers.
Now it's just like that. It's a 4-on-1. Shock Dart went out. Yasuke does get a great headshot onto Snazzy. Headshot looking for one more with the Sheriff. Can't find it.
Hey, good try. I mean, honestly, they took a gun and got 2, so that's pretty big. I mean, now that 3 landsides have to actually buy some stuff, I wonder if they're going to actually go for an op here. But I think, honestly, Operator on attack here on Icebox is, unless you're absolutely just, like, cracked, I think it's honestly better just to go with, like, a Phantom or something like that. And obviously, it seems that Deadshot's been doing great, like, just fine with the Phantom and stuff.
Yeah, Memphi usually the opper for the landslides on that Reyna as well. Doesn't have the mobility you want from your op users, so they're just going to play it safe. But I think it's totally fine.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially after last week where you lose for the first time. You don't always have to come out and make the flashy play. Just play it.
Viper's pick coming out. I wonder if it's on a...
It's on A?
Yeah, I think so. Oh, Memphi, great pick there. Jet Knives did come out.
For the land side.
Yep.
Up for the Monsoon. Oh, CC just standing there. Yasuke gets taken out by the Jet Knife, so that'll take down the Viper ult. Memphi gets another one onto Pebble.
That's always tragic.
Gets flashed. CC looking to peek him. Yeah, you can't miss shots like that.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes it's like, when it's so free, sometimes it becomes hard.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, right there they had the right idea. I think it's better to shoot there because, I mean, obviously you only have that couple seconds of opening time. And I think, if you wait it, like, yeah, you can maybe get the flank, but it's probably your best opportunity. It's looking pretty rough here. I'm not going to lie. It is 5-0. They just bought again for the Monsoon side. I think they got maybe 1 to 2 that round. And so Landside's pockets are actually just full of money. And we were going to see another save round from Monsoons here.
Yeah, Monsoons just have nothing in the tank. It looks like they have, I think, one Bulldog, yeah.
Triple Eight's defense here. Oh, the knives are out.
They really need Pebble to get a kill with these knives. That's a great start, though. You think you get one on the CC?
Suka's been trying his best here, it seems like, to get some of these opening rounds.
Orthodox has been insane.
Yeah, holding W and just popping off on the Viper.
I would love to see how many kills Memphi, Orthodox, and Deadshot all have. They have been absolutely popping off. A is in complete control. Memphi gets one. Looking for the overhealing. He's got a man to his left. Didn't see him, though.
Yeah.
Deadshot.
Okay, Deadshot's right there. Deadshot's doing pretty well as well.
Yeah.
I think he's a free agent this week, right?
Yeah, Deadshot and Orthodox, both free agents. They're making a name that if you need a player, these two would pop it off.
Yeah, I mean, wow. They're doing a fantastic job. I don't know what to say. Like, the Viper holding W forward through these sites and just clearing it on his own is pretty unorthodox, but it's working.
Do get a buy here for the Monsoons, it looks like, for the most part.
Sage playing A now, so they're opting not to wall the tube now, and it looks like kind of Landslides is setting up for another A push.
Memphi to try and get something down B. It's taken out, though. That's huge. That's for
big,
Redskin. Yeah. And they should be able to rotate pretty quickly here and make this a 5-on-4 as Pebble even takes that Orthodox.
There we go. They're getting something started. It's a big round for Monsoons to win here. I think they need something to get them going, and hopefully the momentum-wise. And CC just says no.
See Korean Sage holding that angle right by the wall with the judge. As long as somebody takes the high ground, it's a great spot to be.
Yeah, I agree.
If someone takes the high ground, you're just sitting there absolutely useless. Snazzy might see him.
Ooh, a little hops going in here.
Did get the recon bolt onto Sage. Deadshot knows they're there. Snazzy gets a pick off screen. There's Sage not looking as Pebble gets taken out as well.
Oh, that's tragic. Deadshot, man, he's like, all right, well, it's time for my turn to open in sight here. They have 3v1 here. Yosuke has been doing a pretty good job of getting picks here and there, but let's see if he can kind of clutch it. Does get one.
Do you use the Seekers here in a 1v2 just to secure it? No, never mind. Don't need to.
I think in a 3v1, it's I think you know where he is. Yeah, I think that's fine.
Well, that was the unfortunate. I mean, they got a couple kills for the Monsoons this time on their buy round instead of getting none, but I don't think they know if they got enough kills to. I guess they did to keep the econ going for maybe one more.
Yeah, I mean, they did get a pick on the B side, but the only problem is they had to send 2 for that pick, right? They just chose for the 1v2, and it turns out they have the 4v3 on the site there. Landslides played it slow, used a lot of utility, and then obviously hit him with the basically different positions. They had, you had Deadshot on the wall right there, kind of had overlooking the site, and oh, they're taking mid here. I like this play a lot.
It's got a great angle, gets a nice trade, looking for one more.
Nice peeks, decides to go off.
He does have the Emperor live right now.
And just like that, he is going crazy.
Now it's a 4-on-1.
I mean, honestly, these rounds are starting off not bad.
Yeah.
Right? Like it's like a 1-for-1 or it's a 1-for-0, maybe a 1-for-2 in terms of the landslides, and then next thing you know, they just get 3, and it's like, well.
Yeah, it was a great trade by Redskin. Yeah. Predicted the mid push, and it just.
And the Memphi Empress through
the whole team, yeah. It does finally expire, but Korean Sage is stuck with a judge here. This is not going to be the easiest retake.
I don't think they should save.
Kind of.
Oh, they do have a Vandal. Okay.
They did pick a Vandal up off one of their teammates. So. Memphi picks up the 4-piece just like that.
Oh man.
You're right. It's not like the Monsoons are playing bad.
Yeah.
It's just that the landslides, they get traded out and then immediately just take over, and that's the crazy part to me. Yeah, it seems like it's like the overwhelming force. It's almost like, it's like when it comes to like the beginning of the round and like you're kind of playing slow a little bit. Yeah, they do a pretty good job, but things like once landslides just kind of get going, it's like, well, we just lost most of our team. So it goes from a 4-on-5 to a 1-on-4, just like how did that even happen? Memphi Empress got like 2, I think, through tube, and once you open 2 up, it's kind of hard playing those extra angles, So. A couple of marshals here. There's the secret that do come out. They are mainly taken care of. Got to be careful of theirs. Deadshot has a great angle. Doesn't quite get the kill. Redskin hanging out underneath. Yasuke up top. Pebble's right behind him. Orthodox gets 1. Mo at least makes it a 3-on-4 for now. Oh, Memphi just playing mid and just
getting rid of all good rotates from the team. Just right-click him.
I don't know if I think he was behind Yusuke, and I think Yusuke's own Viper smoke. He didn't realize there was someone behind him.
Yeah.
I thought I saw on the camera someone was shooting at him, and he was still trying to find Memphi in the mid.
I mean, at that point, you just gotta make one decision, I guess.
Yeah.
Just gotta choose one, and it just happens.
I mean, this is just. The Landsides are clearly, I don't know if they're angry about how last week ended, losing their first ever Rumble. I did hear apparently the record for most Rumbles won in a row is 8, and they lost at 7.
Oh.
So they did miss their moment of history. Because right now, I mean, it's hard to find a bad spot in what they've done so far on Icebox against the Monsters.
Yeah.
That shot, once again, a great pick. Snazzy gets it. Everybody's getting involved now for the Landsides.
Oh.
Snazzy cut out by Sage at least.
Maybe gets 2 here. He is lit.
Oh, the Orthodox immediately stops that.
Well, I was like, that was a pretty good trade, and then I feel like, it's 3v1.
It's 3v1, and it's the Landsides' 3 best players right now.
And Memphi just ends it all right there. Currently a 10-0 here from the Landslides. They have 2 rounds left for the half here. I think Monsoons can buy this round.
I believe so, yep.
I think, in order for your mental fortitude to stay pretty good going into the second half, I think you definitely need to win the next 2 rounds here.
Yeah.
You win 2 rounds and it's like, okay, well, we can win rounds here. That's at least my opinion for that one.
I think the biggest thing we've seen with the Monsoons is just their defense has to. I mean, obviously you can never pick where you're going, but right now, I mean, you have 2 on B, and you can already see the Landslides want to shove A as hard as possible, so you need to rotate. They're looking for maybe a flank. Deadshot's got the knives out. We got a Viper all from both sides.
Yeah, so that's
actually.
a lot of smoke.
I was trying to figure out who did it. It's both of them. Is Deadshot looking for the knife onto Redskin. Dashes past the Marshall shot. Throws out a knife. Doesn't quite get it. Yuzuki and Pebble both pick up kills before Snazzy gets one in return.
You think he wanted to right-click, but he was like, okay, well, I don't reset my knives on that, so I don't want to do that.
I would assume you're right.
Oh, Hunter's Fury kill. Okay, 3v1 here for the Monsoons.
Oh, they got
They
it?
take the round. Just like that. Sometimes you just need to smoke off the entire site with 2 Viper pits, and then you're good.
I have no idea where you could stand. I think you're right. I think he wanted to just YOLO right-click, but realized he wouldn't get the refund. So Deadshot had to play a lot safer, because he just throw them all out right there.
Yeah, I mean, the thing is, like, sometimes you have to kind of weigh wouldn't it worth it to, like, just kind of go for right-click shotgun more so and not reset and still have your gun than to not. Hey, 110.
Hey, you win a round, you can win another. The bad news is I don't even know if the Landslides economy noticed.
No, it didn't. There's no way.
They
but
had enough to full
if they
buy.
win this round, they can give at least somewhat of a momentum shift a little bit towards the second half of the
Pistol
game.
round.
Yep.
Oh, Sage.
There we
great
go.
first pick. They immediately trade 2 for 2.
Okay, 3v3 here. Okay, 3v2. Memphi is low.
He had the Empress, but he got taken out. Now it's a 1v2 for Yusuke, who's been maybe the most reliable teammate for the Monsoons.
I'll say if you're gonna have one person 1v2 here, I think Yusuke is definitely the one for it right now.
And it's a 2 free agent, so you don't know how much communication, how much time the 2 Landside players have had in a 1v2 scenario. They're sticking together for the most part. They're gonna get that plant down on A.
Yusuke is going way around. I like this play a lot.
Might be able to get a pick. Firewall does kind of cut him off there.
At first I thought it was like his own, and I was like, really? Oh, right.
He could take 2 1v1s
Yeah,
here.
there we go. 1v1.
It's up against Deadshot. Up top in those on that rail. Suge is kind of lit. 50 health.
Oh, yeah.
Deadshot got it.
Good try. Good try. It was close.
The rounds are getting better for the Monsters.
Yes. Yeah, I mean, they're warming up. It's just sometimes it takes a couple more rounds, too.
I mean, this was a great job by Yusuke. Gets a great little flank there onto Orthodox.
Yeah, I think it just kind of sucked because he was super lit.
Yeah, he was lit. I mean, with the spike ticking down, I think he was potentially looking for the spike because it is in a little different place.
Yeah.
Usually it's kind of planted right by where he was standing. So he probably was like, wait, I have to find the spike. Hey, pistol round, anything can happen. Landside's notoriously weak in the past on the pistol rounds. They've been pretty strong in the fall, but definitely doable here for the Monsoons. But I mean, the Landside's 11-1. You expect them to close this out in a few rounds.
Yeah, I would agree here. I mean, honestly, you never know in terms of momentum-wise, but hopefully Monsoons get some things going at least to kind of show that, hey, you know, we're better than this. Chad Dash coming through here immediately. Seems they kind of know they're coming this way. I think the jet dash kind of alerted the team there.
Full rotation. Ooh, Memphi's going to get a nice little lurk through mid, potentially, on that Reyna.
There's that ice wall. It's pretty interesting. I can kind of go through that. Have the safety net.
Everybody alive. Probably our slowest round of the night.
It's about to go crazy right now, though, so.
First pick for Orthodox. CC gets one as well. One more to make it a 5-on-2.
Yep.
Oh, Yusuke doesn't get one. I don't know if he can stop the DG snatch. He's going to stick it.
Oh.
All right.
I mean, trying his best. They got plant down.
He's taking it out the very end. Yeah, I know. I mean, they got plant down. They took out, I think, 3 or 2.
2. This is a 3-on-1.
Yeah, two there for Yusuke. I mean, it looks like they're going to full buy. No, they're not. I was looking at plans. Because I feel like you might have to full buy because it's match point, right? You don't really.
Oh, yeah, you have to buy here.
You can't say.
No, you can't. Because, I mean, if you lose, you lose. It's over.
Are there 4 marshals on the side of the landslides? Are there is that 5?
I mean, honestly, I feel like that's probably not the move given how the gunfights have been going, but I do love the confidence. Maybe they just get a couple. Okay, close. I like that. I forgot that she actually has 2 smokes now, too, by the way. Forgot about that.
Bo gets the first one onto Deadshot.
And here they come. They have a lot of marshals here, so. Oh. Maybe they're going for like the 1-2. Looks like you kill him 1-2, you know?
Yeah, you shoot the nice shoot. Yeah. Pebble? Ooh, Pebble got a nice flank with that Sheriff. He could get a huge kind of splurge.
Okay.
Nice trade. Mo popping off with a 3-piece.
4-on-1 here.
It's up to CC. Oh, the only guy without the Marshal dies last. A little aggressive there from the landslides, but I like the confidence, as you said.
Hey, honestly, I'm sorry. Just the 4 marshals coming onto site for a site retake is pretty funny to me. You like smoke and they're like, well, guys, we gotta stay our range here. Our range is, can't get too close.
Rezkin is gonna bring out his own Marshal, which is interesting, especially after,
Yeah, they're forcing again. I think they're just like, yo, can we win this one and just call it a day or what?
They're gonna hard rush B, but the landslides look like they are ready for him. Deadshot now, and Memphi rotating over. Korean Sage gets the first pick.
There we go.
Great flank. Sage gets another one.
Okay, 5v3 here for B site. Icebox numbers are pretty big here, I think. Block.
Oh, Sage with a 3-piece.
Yeah.
Looking for the ace.
Here we go.
Rezkin's gonna steal it from him. It's all up to
flawless.
Wow. All right.
Yo, dare I say it?
The comeback?
Winnable.
Called a comeback. They've been here for years.
Okay, so now Landslide's get a full buy here. So this is going to, I guess,
we got an op?
Dictate whether this game is going to be over or not. Oh, wait, what?
Did someone throw a gun through the grate?
It disappeared.
Was that the op?
No, it was the Spectre.
Okay.
I think you can still get it. I think they were still getting it.
Gate?
I think it's funny, though.
I like the op play here. I mean, that is extreme confidence. Wait, who'd they end up giving the op to?
I think
Pebble had it.
Oh, here we go.
That's Rezkin.
Right.
All right.
Interesting on attack. I mean, hopefully with the Reyna you can kind of get things going here. But we will see here as the round starts.
A couple of great shots. Oh, nice trade in the middle.
Oh, one. Nice. I think that's pretty big, though, because then he opens up the flank angle for the rest of the team, right?
Yep. Memphi, I think, looking
Imagine
for
if he goes behind him.
They do take out the recon drone. Oh, they're going to try and lurk over towards B.
Oh,
Memphi
nice
barely
dash.
missed the shot.
Anyone else think they're actually gone?
Sova might actually see Memphi. They're kind of both in mid. Memphi looking for a huge play here. Would come right around the box on top of the spike.
I like this play here, though, with the B put Rita. Oh.
Tried it. I think he did any much damage. Oh, he got Jet very low.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's 3v3. It seems like both have really low people on each team, so.
Does get taken out. Not the 3-on-2. There is. You just have to ult, I feel like, if you're Yusuke at this point.
Oh, that would have been a huge turn. Okay.
You got to ult here.
Do you have lineups? Oh. Oh. That was close.
This is a great comeback by the Monsoon.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, those last couple rounds and stuff, they played really well. So, honestly, I think it's, you know, hindsight, but like, if you play like that a couple rounds, I think the game's a little different. I think, honestly, it was like, more so kind of took too long to warm up. That happens sometimes.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
sometimes you have too much your confidence to get up or something like that. So, those games happen. At the very end, they looked pretty good there, though, so I think they shouldn't sweat it. Like, you know, come back next week and here we go.
Yeah, also, you know, the Monsoons also had 3 free agents, so you know. We talked about communication for the landslides. Mo, Yusuke, and Bofi were, or Yusuke was the only member, and I believe it was Rezkin, the only 2 members on the Monsoons who have played with the team. So that can also hurt a little bit. I think once they started to figure it out, though, those last rounds you said were a little close. So that could also be why it took them so long to warm up. Well, going out alone can only get you so far. Ultimately, if you want to increase your chances of success, you have to level up your teaming skills. We saw that with the landslides. They bring in 2 new free agents, and they just decided, you know what, the game plan is slam W right on the site, and they absolutely played it to perfection. You can see how talented this team is. Esports Tower really takes time to create teams of well-matched teammates. I want to give a shout out to the coaches. If you're watching and you haven't checked out Esports Tower clubs yet, you should. It is the fast track to rank up. And we take a look at the bracket here. Coming out of that game, we know the landslides will advance to the semifinals. Should have, I believe, one other team that we won't be able to see who does advance, and we'll catch the other 2 games. But overall, for some free agents, I thought both those teams played well, and especially towards the end, I think you probably nailed it. With 3 free agents, it took the Monsoons a little too long to get going. If they had maybe had those 10 practice rounds, that could have been a whole different series. Okay, I'll call it like I see it. So you see here is the standings. So the landslides advance, the Quakes advance. We have some pretty good matchups here. We've got Tsunamis Meteors, which is coming up next, which is last week's almost surprise champ going up against a very solid Meteors team. And then I'll end the night with Blizzards and Infernos, which was a rematch of Week 1's Grand Finals. So Red Hots, we've got some pretty good games to set up next week's semifinals and Grand Finals.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to see these games coming up here. And obviously the maps as well. You never know what maps and team comps people are going to use. And hopefully a couple maybe like interesting team comps that aren't used as much and used in a different way, I would say.
Monsoons hovered KO for a bit. I was a little excited, and then they end up picking off of it. But the landslides continue their quest for revenge. They are into the semifinals. Up next, we're going to look at last week's winners. It's the Tsunamis. Can they make it back to the semifinals? Show that last week was not a fluke. Find out after this break.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives.
And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full-time.
While I work full-time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant, broadcasting it live from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. The Landslides have advanced to the semifinals alongside the Quakes. Who's going to join them? That's what we're about to find out. Up next is last week's champ, the Tsunamis, who made a crazy run. We saw our first ever Game 3 in the Grand Finals last week. They took down the Landslides for the first time ever. They're going to take on a very strong Meteors team, both looking to make it to the semifinals. Michael Fischer here, Brandon Red Hot Koziancic, joining me to call all of the action. But before we hop into this map on Bind, we do want to take a pause and take a moment to congratulate all the players from the Esports Tower clubs who have graduated from the clubs and been offered scholarships across the country. Over the last 3 months, Esports Tower Club members have received over $1.2 million in scholarships awards. These students have not only worked hard on their in-game play, but have worked hard academically and have earned these scholarship opportunities. We could not be more excited and proud to see all of these opportunities that these players are getting, and I'm sure there's more opportunities in the future as well for some of these players, because we've seen some fantastic Valorant play in particular tonight. So if you are interested in getting signed up, working on that collegiate scholarship, esportstower.com is the place to go. Go check them out. It has been a ton of fun. Always love these Esports Tower Rumbles. You see there almost 1.3 million in esports scholarships in just the last few months. But now, as we get back into the Rumble, it is Tsunamis and Meteors on Bind. Winner of this will take on the Quakes in next week's semifinals. And then, of course, we'll have Blizzard Infernals to wrap up the night. We saw Tsunamis win last week. More pressure on them to prove it's not a fluke, Red Hot, or more pressure on the Meteors to try and beat last week's champion, you think?
I think more pressure on the Meteors to beat last week's champion.
Well, try and help the Meteors out here in Doc's Keys to the Game, which are focus, angles, and flank. Know your win condition, count cards, and call abilities, and click heads. It's all presented by Esports Tower. Scroll Pro advice, esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You'll get matched with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Jumping into our next bracket stage matchup of the night, Tsunamis and the Meteors on Bind. Tsunamis looked strong as a team last week in their first ever Rumble, had some incredible individual play throughout their run. The Meteors have looked really strong on Bind recently, I'm told, so maybe might favor them. And this is a map that Tsunamis have also struggled on in recent weeks, so maybe it could be our first ever big upset in our fall Rumbles. Let's get to the game and see who will take home that semi-final spot against the Quakes next week. As we see here, very curious. I think the Tsunamis are the big team to watch out for, especially Kekskin and Tabernakis in particular popped off last week.
Yeah, I think they're both phenomenal players on the side of the Tsunamis, and hopefully can have a pretty good game here with the Quakes. So far, we have the Cypher locked in and the Sage. Nothing locked in yet for the Meteors.
Interesting. I want to say last week, Tsunamis, I think Formal almost always ran on the Sky. Interesting that we might have Tabernakis on the Sky. I think he was a Sova player.
Yes, I think it's Sova, yeah.
They're kind of changing everything up.
Yeah, I think it honestly kind of depends. I think sometimes people just kind of offer or go with the no Sova on this map and go for the Cypher more so. And the Astra. I think Astra's honestly incredible on this map, or Viper. I think Viper's really good on Bind. We don't really see it that much though. I think there's not too many Vipers besides the last game. And they locked all theirs now. So we have the Rays coming out for each team. I think the thing is you'll see a little bit more Rays, I believe, since those Jet nerfs. The Jet nerfs aren't insanely crazy where she's not going to be played, but I think Rays is a really good pick on Bind anyways, and so you'll kind of start seeing that more.
One thing I was told from the Tsunamis is Cuddy, who did just lock in, not able to compete last week in their championship run, but the coaches have said he's actually been the standout player in their practices leading up to this event, so we might get a new MVP here. Maybe even the fact that the Tsunamis went without their best player. That'd be interesting to see what Cuddy could do on that Brimstone.
Yes, also Brimstone pick. I think Brimstone's honestly a pick that is not picked very much, because you have the Astra, you have the Omen, and stuff like that. But I honestly want to see it. I think there's a lot of cool Molly plays and stuff like that, and his ultimate's obviously really good in terms of utility-wise. So hopefully lives up to the hype, I guess, right?
I'm just really excited to see Bind at double Cypher and to see, Zed Evan, maybe the resident, Cypher expert in the Esports Tower, if any of those players have learned what Zed Evan can do. So Zed Evan is solo hold sites.
With Odin's.
With Odin's, usually in U-Haul over on A. So I'm really curious to see how both these teams use their Cyphers defensively. That is what I'll be watching out for. Looks like the Meteors are going to start with their Cypher over on that A. Maybe where he'll stay when he gets to an Odin. I'll be very curious. That's my one thing I want to see.
Yep. And here we go. We're going to kind of see the pistol round here. Usually pretty interesting pistol rounds so far here. They usually kind of start off slow and then end up going over in about 20 seconds after.
A hard shove through Hookah over to B site. It's a 5-on-2. The Dog, I don't know if it saw the sky for the meteors. I saw it come out. I don't know if it saw them. Holding teleporter as well.
You get the ult orb, nice. Big fan of ult orbs. I think people don't get those enough. Oh, there's a flash. I flashed his own player, but got one.
15 health for Tabernakis as Formal takes down Mail, who I think was trying to come through on a nice little lurk there, and they've got full command of this site.
Formal's sitting around the corner there.
Ooh, Tabernakis with a nice pick. 5-on-2 here for the Meteors.
Some aggressive play here from the Rays. Kawara going crazy. Oh, wow. I like the play there, trying to get that flash timing.
They know Benji is over there.
Cuddy is an elbow. Just get a pick there. Oh, nice shot from
Just
Formal.
going to take that one. Nice start for the Tsunamis. Aggressive on to B and just kind of held it the whole time.
Play the angles, too. I think taking elbow is very important on that round, especially when you're attacking, because obviously if they're in CT spawn rotating, if you have someone from elbow, it kind of makes it hard to actually push out through there and, go through that site because people are holding on to it. That pretty good holding there, honestly.
Yeah, that was a great job. I'll be curious if the Meteors, so they're going to keep their normal rotation. Hard to see what the Tsunamis want to do. Similar kind of mid-push. Yeah,
I think Tsunamis are opting, obviously, for the buy round. Meteors probably go for the save round here. Looks like they're kind of doing the same thing again, kind of setting up. One thing is always got to be careful about shorties this round. So, like the cam there, making sure that everywhere is safe, just because, shorty cheese in this map is definitely pretty good in terms of all the corners and stuff. So,
looks like the Meteors have picked up its
nice shot.
Formal gets the first one. Gets another one. So, great job so far for the Tsunamis. Now up 3.
They're planning now. Could be kind of hard here. I think this is kind of like maybe there's some picks on the side like that. Yep, just kind of let's see the people getting, the rotates. There's now a 1v4 scenario here. Can't get the gun. Maybe get another one, but pretty low here. I like the toy skin on this on the Spectre.
I like the present skin. You have to unwrap it every time.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh, Tabernakis ends up getting the pick. It's great. Great job there by the Tsunamis. To take a little bit of a technical pause there. But, I mean, so far the Tsunamis game plan has been the same thing. Shove mid, rotate over through hookah onto B. I'm curious how the Meteors will adapt because so far B's been their weaker side. They're trying to hold 2v3.
Yeah, I think they're doing a great job of not only like playing aggressive for these B takes, but I guess they're playing more so with their utility. I think a lot of teams sometimes kind of don't check every corner or every angle, and you get little picks like that. And I think when you go onto a site with all 5 or the 4 you have with the 1 lurking, I think that can actually do a really good things for you in terms of like not taking those unnecessary trades when you have to, especially when you're down guns. Like I think, it happens a lot with like, shorty spots and stuff like that we were talking about.
Well, we talked about the Sky nerfs. What Sky nerfs? Tabernakis has his ult on round 3. What do you mean? Sky got changed?
I mean, if you're popping off, there's no nerfs to your ult ever, if you think about it.
Do you just jam Seekers here?
I think once you guys get in position and you kind of have checked the normal corners and stuff like that, yeah, I agree.
Once again, they're setting up for the exact same play. The early rotation does come out for the Meteors this time, so they should have 4 on site with Rays looking for a flank. His Formal has been insane.
He's got a great job on this Spectre here. It's a skin, I'm telling you. the grip just, nullifies the recoil a lot.
Skins get wins.
Honestly. Cuddy gets another pick on there on the dark.
Here comes the Seekers. Did come out from Tabernakis, who will get the plant down. Ooh. Sun Lee's going to have a decent flank here through elbow. There's a Sage wall.
Yes, there's a Sage wall there. So got a smoke here. Wonder where they're going to put it.
One.
Oh, yeah. Nice shot there coming from.
I think he jumped over the wall. He jump peeked the wall.
I think he honestly might have had the exact angle there. Oh, great flank here coming from Mail.
Now that's all of a sudden a 1-on-2 for Cuddy, and Hookah Mail gets a 4-piece.
Yeah, he just came and just massacred the entire site. I'm surprised he got kind of like through that door so easily. He came through that door and honestly just kind of took down one by one. I guess they're kind of focused somewhere else.
They were all looking for Cypher.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all looked left to try and find that Cypher who got a great pick onto Sage. Nobody saw Mail, and unfortunately, Cuddy had a great angle there in Hookah and just unfortunately wasn't quite able to hit the shots. But yeah, that was a great pick by Sun Lee that kind of got everybody distracted.
Yeah, great play there, but it kind of just sneaking in there with the walk and honestly just kind of sticking with it. I do respect kind of going the full send there and just going for all in the corner and playing for the 2 kills, something like that. So
Neural Theft up for the Tsunamis this round. That's the one I think you and I have had a lot, not issues with, it's just never been able to be used properly.
It's just, and the thing is, a lot of the time it's actually not like the Cypher's fault, right?
It's just so
like,
hard.
It's just the conditions that have to be met for the actual ult are pretty big, so. Although they just get a pick right off the bat here, so, but on themselves, so can't use it.
Well, I mean, Sunny Lee is also one away from that Neural Theft. You make it a 5v3, I don't think it's a bad idea to just throw it out.
Oh, cool smoke. I don't think I've ever seen that one before, for a while at least. I always like how Cypher's like smoke kind of envelops everything around it up and down.
Oh, Sunny Lee's looking for somebody at bat. You have to rotate at some point here for the Tsunamis. This side is not getting broken.
Yeah, they have a lot of angles here, and I think they don't have a lot of utility unless they're kind of playing for the reset utility. Mail is getting a nice pick back onto Tsunami side, and Mail is just holding it down.
I think Mail lurked through mid, and nobody had any idea that he was there. Got a great pick. Tabernakis now trying to even the score. Sees Benji, has him one hit.
Oh, almost had that. That was some good cross replacement, but just missed by a little hair there.
Cuddy trying to maybe make a play.
It's definitely
got a
doable.
lot of flanks. He's got Reyna behind him. He's got to be careful. Gets one.
Oh, great job there. All picking with numbers right there. Sometimes it's always scary, you know, playing those 1v1v1s, but I think they all had like everyone within the same vicinity there, so they could just kind of triple peek there, and eventually we're gonna win that one. They have an op coming around from Mojibis, yeah.
The Sky op. With
yeah.
no Jet, I mean, is that maybe the right play?
I mean, I guess like some people just kind of like, yeah, I'm more comfortable with the op, I guess, when you kind of go with that. They don't really have anyone on their team to use the op more so I think that's fine. I guess that's how you use it, right? They're kind of defending it with that on that B long area, which is a great op spot.
Should get a good.
Does your shot go off?
He opt the dog? Something was there was utility running at him. Yeah, did get flash. It looks like.
The thing kind of sucks though with the op on Sky though is you can't like flash then peek because the flash doesn't last long enough. The
What's your prestige?
Yeah, that's true. But the op just takes too long to actually like, pull out. I should say nerfed it.
Astra wall.
Yeah, great dissipate there coming from the Astra. And now it's going to be really hard for them to take side here, honestly.
Looks like they might just need to rotate over towards. Yeah, they're going to double teleport over to that A site.
Yep.
Which just got left open. As Cuddy does get a nice pick onto Benji. Yeah, that is a free plan on A, though Reyna is turning around.
Ooh, great Cypher roll coming out. They know exactly where they are. They can just kind of push this really hard here on the A side here from Tsunamis.
Reyna's the only one there, and U-Haul does get a trade out, though, for Coaxial. The spike gets planted right in that interesting spot, kind of wide in the open.
Yeah, they have the Sage Wall kind of holding the barrier right now, though, but here comes the Meteors on the reset on the return here. Oh, here comes the Seekers.
From the Tsunamis do come out. Nice blind.
Oh, nice shot.
Piss gets one from heaven, though. Looking for a second one. They're running out of time,
yeah,
though.
say, I don't know if you can really check your flank at the time like this. I think you have to kind of go for the site here, yeah.
And he watched his teammate die. Formal's going to be able to get
I think he's saving op.
You have to.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, that's the one kind of thing that kind of sucks, though, is an op on Sky, you can't really play it aggressive more so, rather than like that Reyna or Jet. Just because that, you know, the Reyna gets the reset for the Ghost form, and then Jet has the dash, so. It's kind of hard once you lose the spot you're holding, I guess, right? Where if, you know, the Sky was holding the A site on the Heaven the entire time, you can kind of hold it down, but.
I was also very worried about a flank. He kept peeking behind him and then missed his Cypher dying.
And they all came from there, which was kind of. I mean, I get what you know. You're making sure they don't get the flank there, but I think with that much time left, you kind of just have to go full send if you're going to contest, right?
Yeah, especially if you. I mean, I understand, especially with the op, it's such an investment. You don't just want to throw it away for free. And we're gonna get another B push here, which is gonna pretty much neutralize the op. Because the op's chilling over in heaven on A.
Yeah, like, all right, guys, A's probably a better spot for the op here. And next thing you know, oh, I like this play here. Oh. Wow. What a great shot from Keegan there. Oh, my gosh.
Biscuit use the teleporter for the dog.
Does find him, yep.
Does have the op, though, so there's nothing he can really...
No way, dude. Imagine... Okay. That was interesting. I respect it, but I don't think that was the right play on that situation there.
Shoved an op into a teleporter, but
maybe he thinks he's playing Jet. You know.
Interesting strategy. Tabernakis gets another plant. I mean, you have Coaxial with this Empress. 2-on-4.
You think he pops it?
Yeah, I think you have to.
I think you have to at this point. Kind of. I think it's
cooldowns on cooldowns.
I agree.
Always what I tell people.
Especially the Empress. I think the Empress, it's like, I mean, you're not gonna get a. Oh, there we go.
Pop the Empress right now. That's what I'm doing.
Last player standing.
Now he doesn't get taken out. Can't quite find it. Did they leave the op though? They might have just left the op in the teleporter.
Hey, I honestly, if they did, I think it's fair, right? I mean, Tsunami's attacking op when you don't literally have anyone who can really make use of it, I think is a very smart idea coming from them. You don't really have a Jet. This was crazy to me.
That's a great setup by Cuddy to sneak into the teleporter.
Yeah, I say that's always pretty good there.
Yeah, I do think they just kind of, I agree with you. I think leaving the op on the ground is the right call.
I think ops can be huge baits. Some people are like, oh my gosh, it's an op, we have to get it. Like, someone has to get it. But I think on attack, if you don't have a Jet, or honestly, I think Reyna's okay passes too sometimes, it is really not worth it. I think it hinders you too much for the amount of gunplay that you have to make, especially on this map or Bind, where, with how Tsunamis are playing, they're going really aggressive on these sites here once they get in positions.
Seekers did come out from Maj Abyss. Now he's got to run away from the dog on the other side.
Running them down.
And the other thing is, they shove B through Hookah. There's not really a great time to op.
Meteors have a lot of people here this time on the side. Let's go 1-for-1.
Another 1-for-1 there. So it's a 3-on-3. They do have neural theft for the Meteors if Sunny Lee, who just got a kill, can get to a body.
Cuddy's kind of holding this angle here. Ooh, great shot there from Cuddy.
And they already took the teleporter. They can just rotate over towards A. That's a great rotation.
He was ready for that weapon skin. He got that real quick. He saw it as soon as it dropped. He's like, oh, there we go.
The plant down, behind that Sage wall.
Yeah, Meteors have a 2-on-3 here. They do have the Cypher ult here. Seeing if they can maybe get a pick here and go from there. They do know that there's audibly someone that they flashed there. Granted, they could be anywhere. I think Cuddy's just playing for ult here, so be very. Oh, that's.
We didn't see that. We didn't see that.
They have a lot of safety options though. They have this bathroom play here, and they also have the Brimstone ult. So.
Yeah, and they're grouped up in bathrooms, so they can't just get a pick.
I think Meteors have to basically just push somewhere and just kind of hope because they have these ults.
They take down the wall at least.
Oh, they tried.
Tried. Not able to get Sunny Lee either.
Let's try. The thing that sucks though is when you have an ult like Hunter's Fury or the Brimstone ult and stuff like that from far away, you're gonna have to more so probably push them more than anything else. Just because if you try to defuse that, you're just gonna get ulted, right?
Yeah.
Unless you try to bait it.
I mean, I thought the Tsunamis have been playing very well. I mean, you can see why they're last week's champion. Now with their full roster, with Cuddy in there, who's been playing pretty well on that Brimstone, 8-4.
Yeah, he's doing a phenomenal job.
We have a ton of ults up as well.
And they're still up.
I mean, the neural theft we talked about, very hard to use. I'd like to see Coaxial pop the Empress at some point early on.
I want to see an aggressive showstopper. I feel like a lot of these. I feel like a lot of these raises have genuinely saved their ult for way too many rounds here. And raises, I think it's like a 7-point ult, but I think it has so much effect of like once you pop it, people are most likely be running away. That I think it's not really being used enough for the most part.
Get that blinded audible.
There we go. That's what I was talking about. Showstopper's coming up. Does get none with it, but.
Okay, there's the revive onto Tabernakis though. They do actually cover him for long enough, too. Great Sage Wall comes out.
Yeah. Kixin is using this Sage Wall phenomenally, I think. I think, honestly, getting rid of the elbow threat is huge.
I want to see this Empress come out from Coaxial. Does get a trade. Now it's off to Maj Abyss on site. Does have a blind. You can see somebody peeking through there.
Yep. Does not get the audible Q, and gets him.
Great peek.
I will say, though, I mean, it was kind of small there, but like the ADS coming from outside of TP, I think ADSing is not bad in this game. I just think that's a scenario where you don't use it.
Yeah.
Just because you get the reduced fire rate, and you do go that 1-for-1, but I think the only way you can really win that round is you get that one kill, and then you go, the spray kind of transfer to the Thors of Hookah.
I just really want to see the Meteors use their ults. I feel like they have the Empress. You mentioned the Showstopper.
The Dissipate's been used a lot. It seems they used that one round, so I don't think he's got it back yet for the Astra.
Yeah, the Astro Wall we're still waiting on. But
That was a good Astro Wall last time, too.
I mean, Coaxial's had this Empress for like 4 or 5 rounds. They could have almost had a second Empress. I really want to see them use it. It's Kawar.
Even with the Ares, too. You can go pretty crazy with this.
There's that neural theft that is going to come out. That is pretty much a round
Kawara
winner.
is taking hookah and just making everything for it. Did Mal just throw their other gun, or was it just a pistol?
I think it was just a pistol.
Last player
It's like
They were ecoing.
Well, they have a shorty here. They have smoke, so maybe they can get kind of close here. Mal's been doing pretty good this game, honestly. They've been trying their best this game, and
Get some shorty cheese here.
yeah, kind of like this. I think of the around the corner shorty cheese, because you know someone eventually is probably to go through here. It's probably your best bet with the shorty, because obviously if you push up, you're not going to be able to win that at all.
You're not. If you 1v5 with the shorty, your team wins. So I don't think. I agree with you. I think it's just somebody bait, looking for an exit frag.
I think they're going to push out. I mean, obviously when bomb gets close, they're going to have to. So I think the male is having some great patience here. Ooh. Great look away there. Oh, good try. I honestly, I don't know if that was intended by Tabernakis there, but him going the farthest route possible away from that wall so the shorty damage actually doesn't do that much is very smart.
Might have saved his life.
Yeah, honestly, I think it did. Also, Male looking away from the flash with that reaction time was pretty sick too. Male's been playing really great this game, honestly, so far. And I think it's just a couple more steps, I think, from Meteors that I have to kind of go through here. I think the op was kind of questionable on the side of, you know, their defense-wise, but they also get a gun by now. It's now 7-2. It was pretty close early on, but seems like Tsunamis is kind of taking this momentum and taking this hookah pretty formal, just B-hopping through and just pushing him right away. They get Mal early, so I think that's pretty big for them.
They're probably the best player on the Meteors.
So far, yeah, at least in this game.
Double hawks come out. Ooh, gets the one behind Tabernakis. Ends up picking up a double kill there.
There we go.
It's totally intended, I know.
Hey, we take it. We do take it.
3v3. They have the neural theft. If Cypher can just get to a body, they can find him.
Ooh, that's
a huge pick. Sunny
he is
Lee
pretty lit now, though, so.
in elbow. I mean, if he gets a pick, Hookah's wide open.
Yeah, they have a 2v3 here for the side of Meteors, but I think Meteors are in a healthy state. We have Tsunamis too low, so just like that, you need something like that, right? Yeah.
I pop the neural theft here. Just go for it.
Maybe?
Game of chicken over here.
I like how he uses his stimpaks. Oh. Oh, decides not to go for the TP. What? How did he get the other one run into it?
I think so.
Like, there's just no way because he was pretty far, right?
I think he was trying to peek B long. We will. I mean, I guess we'll have to watch the map
mini-map,
here.
yeah.
Yeah, he just runs into it. Oh, he's trying to run away from
he's running away from the
Kawar.
others. Yeah. Wow, that's tragic. That was a great ult from Kade for the first one, but he gets the two-piece because his teammates kind of just like, almost like an attempt of like running him off the edge, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that was intended to just force him into the. I would, you know, we'll say it is. We'll give him the credit.
I mean, he's trying to force some TP either way, but Male with the Bucky here. I like that, kind of just holding the spot. Oh, that sucks. No one really shot no one shot the camera there.
Well,
Oh, nice shot.
Gets one. And trade it. Benji gets another one with the judge.
I like this play from the Eco from Meteors. Kind of just go from that. Oh, wow. Great shot through the wall there. They kind of knew that someone else was there. And Kawara, great shot. Seeker's coming out.
Come out from should be enough to give the Tsunamis this round. Great job by Kawar getting aggressive with this raise here, just to peek to the left.
That's what I like to see. If you're going to play raise, you got to use those blast packs aggressively that people don't really realize what you're taking.
Lodge Abyss with the great 9.
Oh, Seekers now.
This is huge. It's a 1-on-2.
Oh.
Unfortunate.
Seekers actually do damage to Sagewell, by the way.
They just need to combine. They just need a 2-on-1 here against Tabernakis.
There we go.
It works out. They should get the defuse.
And the shotguns in Hookah paying off. Had a Judge and a Bucky, and honestly, trading 1-for-1 and 1-for-1 there for the 2v2 is fantastic.
And then Coaxial ended up getting a long flank through Hookah.
In the half.
Yeah, Coaxial was sitting on A the whole time and just kind of lurked over. So then they had no idea because they thought everyone was in this Hookah showdown.
Yep.
I never did see if Sunny Lee had a shotgun as well. I think he did have another Bucky. It's hard to tell.
I don't know.
It looks like they committed to the shotgun just destruction there.
There was a judge there. That was the other one.
Yeah, there's a Bucky and a judge.
Yeah. I think the other one didn't have, I think he had a pistol maybe?
I didn't see what the Cypher had, and then it was a great bullet spray by Kawar. Just
through the box. You knew that someone was there for sure, yeah.
Last round before the swap. I mean, 8-4 feels pretty good if you're the Meteors.
Yeah,
especially how some of those rounds went.
You know the beginning was kind of close, and then all of a sudden, you know, they had a good run there. They stopped the run, which is good. I think if they get this one, it's pretty big, so.
Over to B long. I don't think anybody's over there. They are all grouped up. Well, A's just kind of free. The problem is the spike isn't on A.
I mean, they've just been really forcing B this entire half, though, if you think about it. Sounds like one rotate.
Great job. Ooh, the Cyphers are going to meet in the spawn. Looks like Formal comes
They're
out
just
on
taking
top.
it wide open.
And he gets the neural theft
There we
out,
go.
which is great.
Okay.
It just retreats up into heaven. The cam down. Oh, he is set up.
Oh, yeah.
He's going to be able to know everyone who comes from spawn, which is the entire team.
Oh, my gosh. Tabernakis is going crazy here, playing very aggressive.
All four of them are sitting in the spawn.
Uses both flashes there, though. Oh, my gosh. He sees all of them.
Oh, that is a scary spot to be.
Yep.
He does not have the firepower. Gonna get a peek onto Majibis. Now it's up to Formal in heaven. He's gonna get overran. He did jump off.
Oh, yep, and great job from.
Just don't know if they're gonna get to the bomb in time.
Yeah, I mean.
Benji's got to stick this, gets killed. No time here for Coaxial.
That was a good try. I think the one thing is Meteors on retake take a little too long.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get you got to play, you know, angles. You can't really afford the trades, but I really think you got to kind of go in a little hard in that. I mean, they saw all four of them there, and they kind of just sat there for another couple seconds. And Majibis had a great job going through, you know, spawn there and actually getting a pick, but the rest kind of just sat in heaven and, you know, kind of was like, well, no, you go first. Like, no, you go first. And, like, you know, I think that just takes too much time.
Well, and all the utility, I mean, they got double flashed.
Yep.
They got hit by the Cypher cam.
Yep.
So they're just sitting there just eating utility saying, okay, well, now I got to wait. And, yeah, that I feel like the retakes haven't been very creative. I mean, you can't just shove 4 people through spawn.
You also have TP opportunities, too, you know?
Yeah,
so.
use TP, maybe lurk through mid, take the long way. They're going to just jam B, though, it looks like, for the Meteors. Not through Hookah, though. Down through B long, at least for now. I think Tabernakis actually landed a flash onto all of them.
Yep. This round, go with the Sheriff here. Does not hear the flash. Double Q means they didn't flash anything. Who are they giving the ult orb to? The Cypher. Okay. I wonder if that was like a I'm calling this first, like a dibs kind of system, or yep, I like this. Just TPing out of there. See ya. They do have 2 on A, I think.
Double alt orbs to Cypher? No, he's not going to grab the second one.
Yeah, I feel like there's just, like, that's crazy. Hexagon has a good flank here for the bathroom. Let's see if they can get 1 or 2 here. Let's get 1.
One enemy remaining.
The kill just explodes, and now it's all up to Vale. You call these pistol rounds take a while, and then it just explodes. Everything just goes.
I think the pistol rounds really pick up once people start trying to take a site, right? So it just really depends on how fast they try to take the site.
That's a great angle here. We didn't quite see how Kawar got that kill, but look at the angle holds here for all the members of the Tsunamis. They win that trade 4 for 2.
Yeah.
Nothing Male can do.
I mean, I like the TP attempt, but seems like they were still set up for the A.
Interesting that they gave that to the Cypher. I feel like you get it when you're down 10-3, you want the Seekers or you want the Astrowall, maybe even an Empress.
Yeah, pretty interesting for sure. I don't know. They thought it just kind of more utility the reason. Oh, that's a cool. Oh, a little one-way here action. Although it's nice shot.
Great headshot on the Majibis.
Always like some cool smoke spots and stuff like that coming from Cypher. There's a lot of cool things you can do with that character.
Are they going to once again use that teleporter to get out?
Cora has a lot of utility here. Hexagon gets 2.
Coming from the teleporter from A, they didn't even hear him gawking into Hookah. Now the spike's down mid.
And they're piecing.
I mean, unfortunately, the spike's just sitting in Hookah. Sunny Lee gets taken out by Kexkin, and it's
Ben is, Benji is just sprinting. 29 HP, looking for
a dream.
Did Benji showstopper last half? I'm pretty sure there was one showstopper, and that was literally the Hookah one.
Yeah, if he did it, it was not memorable. I think you're right though. I don't think he used Showstopper.
And I don't know. I feel like if you're gonna play the Raze and stuff, you gotta make some aggressive plays and stuff like that, because that's what Raze's kit kind of does. You know, you can clear out like corners with the grenades and stuff like that. But other than that, I think you gotta use your blast backs a little more aggressively. Because I think Raze's like strengths is like she comes from weird angles, and she can come she can come in so fast.
Yeah, she has the speed. And you can get that instant one shot with the Showstopper. No, I'm totally with you.
And I think if you're not doing that, I think at that point you should just be playing a different duelist.
They pick up the Jet, maybe pick up the Reyna.
Yeah, like something of that nature. I think the Raze is only really good if you're, playing pretty aggressive with that, playing, aggressive nades. You're playing aggressive ults and stuff like that. You're making space with Raze is what I'm trying to say.
Well, we still have a couple more rounds. Maybe make some space, catch back up in this game.
Also, where's the boom bot been?
We've not seen him.
Oh, there we go.
There is a boom bot.
Just as I was saying.
I think that's Kawar's
that's
boom
cool.
bot,
That's a cool interaction.
They're still trying to push through that mid. Everybody's on this A site. Kawar's in a very scary spot, though.
Ooh,
Tabernakis gets one onto Mail. They did trade one for one, though. Now Kawar gets another one onto Majibus, and now this is when the floodgates kind of usually open up. Sunny Lee's got a great angle, but they know he's there.
Yeah, he's just sitting there. He's like, well, how about you guys peek?
Nice.
There's a grenade, yep.
From Benji up in heaven where Cuddy is. Oh, Formal tried, or Coaxial tried
I think Sumo's got to peek at least at some point. Okay, gets one.
I know exactly.
Has that Cypher? Yeah. Nope.
Taken out by Cuddy.
I think you got a good angle, but I really think you can't. I mean, you're low, like honestly, almost baiting your team at that point by sitting there for that too long. Obviously, it wasn't. I'm guessing that wasn't intentional, but.
I think that strategy fell apart when Coaxial missed the flank through U-Haul.
Yeah.
He tried to get the flank onto Formal. Formal got a great flick, it looked like. Hey,
yep.
I like the use of the neural theft. I like the aggressive neural theft usage there.
Insta, 1v2, try your scenario, but unfortunately, he was a little bit too lit for that to actually kind of play an effect there.
That's a lot of shotguns on the Meteor side.
Hey, last time it worked.
Attacking shotgun's a little bit harder to pull off.
You just gotta have a couple smokes, a couple utility get in there,
Oh, they might get a good one on the Tabernakis here.
Nice. Okay, 1 for 1 there. Pick up the gun.
Take the trade.
Nope. Okay.
Pick up somebody else's judge.
Someone. There we go.
Benji got a judge off in Hookah as well.
Hey, they're good with shotguns.
That's good. Hey, it's a sneaky little skill that can turn rounds. The dog not able to find anyone over an elbow. Sunny Lee.
Ooh, does get him. Okay, here we go. 4v1 here for Tsunamis and the Meteors.
Does Kex can use the ult if he finds somebody?
I don't think so. Maybe. Maybe. Yeah. Actually, yeah, I would agree. You're up 12-3. Might as well.
I mean, now you know everybody has the shotgun, though.
Shoot through. Granted, we know we can see them.
I don't know what Benji was waiting for there. He had a great opportunity to pick up a double kill in the round. Kawar's now got a judge.
Ooh. I think he made noise, though.
Oh, he barely missed him.
Oh, nice shot. I like the attempt. That was a good try.
That was a great try by the Tsunami. Hey, unconventional, but the shotgun power.
Yeah, I mean, you're like, yeah, they have 4 shotguns, and I'm like, well, that's not, they need 5, but.
Hey, they got a couple of good kills. And look, they just barely, I don't know how he saw Benji there.
Great shot, though.
Yeah, just take it a little bit too low and then realizes his time has come.
All right, 12-4 here for Meteors versus the Tsunamis. It seems like Tsunamis are saving this round, I think. It looked like it. I think they're saving this round.
It would make sense. They've only won, I think, 1 or 2 rounds since the half switch. Only won 2 rounds since the half, so yeah, you lose. Yeah, you probably have to save.
And last round they had guns, so.
Should favor the Meteors here who, oh, look at this play from the Tsunamis. They're behind the whole team.
Spike down, B.
And they have the spike too.
They flanked the whole team through mid.
Oh, that's so unfortunate. That was the spike option for Meteors. They had 3 go long, but with no spike. And now the Tsunamis are just kind of holding this down.
We have seen some very interesting strategies here.
Shoot through. Ooh. Okay.
I mean, you have to win on kills now because there's no way you're getting to the spike.
Or so you think.
Oh,
nice
That's a great pick
shot.
from
Yeah.
Axel. 3-on-2. They are holding the spike down like their life depends on it.
They have 40 seconds in the sage wall, so I like the sage walls. I think of the full health. Yep. You might know where we are, but it doesn't matter. Okay.
Pop the Empress as well, I think.
They did. Nice slow orb.
Great flash.
Oh, did some damage.
So 1-on-2, and Benji picks it up. Wow.
That was a tragic kind of position that they were put in the Meteors, but I think the biggest thing that came down to Tsunamis didn't have like full guns, and I think that actually played a big part right there. Like the Spectre, if that Spectre is like a Phantom, oh, you're getting mowed.
And I mean, I think they probably did that strategy because they didn't have full guns. That was a fantastic little strategy there.
Yeah, that was great.
Take advantage of the fact that the Meteors have really focused on team pushing.
Yep. Some fun stuff coming out, actually. I don't know. I always like kind of stuff like that on eco rounds. I talk about that a lot, but I think fun and innovative eco rounds is kind of the usual way to do it rather than just kind of like forfeiting the round. Showstopper here. Big opportunity, maybe. Oh, nice nade. Yeah, that's a lot of. Oh, yeah, I would say that's a lot of damage going on there.
Let's take out Monjavis.
And you have the showstopper.
Yeah, I mean,
here we go. Here we go. Nice. What? He just jumped over him, right?
I thought he did.
Oh, no, so I think his teammate killed him at the same time.
Yeah, okay.
I was like,
there we go. There's the round to take him. I thought he was like, did he jump over him? And nobody saw that?
Yeah, I think he basically got him at the same time, but like, wow.
That was a very impressive performance from both those teams. I know that the coaches said that the Meteors kind of struggled with their mentality in previous games. The coaches definitely working how to handle stress. I mean, they still lost to Tsunamis, but I thought especially that second round and towards the end, much like our first match, they kind of got going, and they had some great strategies, especially with all those shotguns. The Meteors maybe worked on against future opponents. I thought they had some great plays.
Yep.
Well, if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights with our featured rumbles. Recruiters are taking notice as well. It's a great way to explore exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. So we've had last week's 2 grand finalists have made it into the semifinals. We take a look at our standings here. Quakes and Tsunamis. Landslides waiting for one more. Unfortunately, our 2 week 1 grand finalists both aren't going to make it. It's Infernos and Blizzards. That should be a great showdown. But I do really want to say I thought phenomenal play by the Tsunamis on that match. They had some creative strategies. Just a very creative map overall. I think both those teams should be proud of how they played. Meteors have a little more work to do, but some of their strategies were very unique and worked out.
Yeah, I mean, it's like just showing like the eco round and stuff like that. Having that in your your hat of tricks, I think is a good thing going on from here. So I think the Quakes versus Tsunamis should be a good match for the next week.
Well, speaking of good matches, we get a rematch of our Week 1 Grand Final. The Infernos took home our first Rumble of the fall, taking down the Blizzards in their first ever Rumble. Can they make it happen again? It's Blizzards and Infernos. It's the final semi-final spot on the line. Who's going to take it home? Who's got a date with the Landslides next week? Don't go anywhere and find out after this break.
Visit NationalGuard.com to begin your guard adventure.
Here are a couple lessons I've learned over the years. Friendships come in all shapes and sizes. And always buckle up. Seatbelts save lives. That's a rule we can all live by.
The news says Gen Z is struggling. I've got news for them.
I wait tables, but last week I built a field hospital.
I put out a forest fire.
I stopped 1,000 attackers.
And a natural disaster.
I've saved lives. And led a team on patrol.
I serve.
Well, I go to school full time.
While I work full time.
The greater the challenge, the stronger we become.
I like my go-to once ago.
Broadcast of the Esports Tower Rumble in Valorant, broadcasting it live from the Boise State Game Pants Esports Arena. Last week's grand finalists have made it back to the semifinals. Who will be the last team to join them? It is a rematch of our Week 1 grand finals for the last spot in the semifinals for this week's Rumble. It is Blizzards and Infernos. Fish and Red Hots here call it all of the action. We've seen two pretty dominant wins by the Landslides and the Tsunamis, so both teams they played have had some sneaky good rounds. This is a rematch, as I said, of the Week 1 Grand Final. It's a map rematch as well. Back on Ascent, a map that the Infernos dominated on in Week 1. So do you think the Blizzards can buck the trend, or do you think we'll have a pretty dominant win? I mean, I think, the first half scores have been like 11-1 and 10-3 and 10-2 so far. I mean, the team we expected to win has come out on top, and usually in that first half in particular. Yeah, I think this is going to be the closest matchup in terms of today that we've seen. I think both these teams are pretty good teams in terms of we've seen it in the past as well. I think, honestly, Blizzards, they've been doing pretty well, and I think it should be a close game, honestly. I think they've had a lot of practice and stuff like that for either team, and I think from there we can honestly look and hope for a good game on this this map Ascent. And the one interesting thing for the Blizzards is they actually have a free agent who last week you and I were very high on, who is Zed Evan. They were on the Landslides last week. They're now on the Blizzards in that free agent role. It's not bind, so you can't just give him an Odin and put him in U-Haul, but he could definitely hold down a site. Ascent can be a little more tricky, but you put an Odin down there over by the boathouse, I mean, he can maybe hold that down solo. Yeah, I mean, he is definitely like a different type of Cypher player. He more so uses his traps and stuff as information to shoot through walls with that Odin rather than just kind of like playing those different angles. So hopefully we can kind of see him strive on this other team and see how it ends up playing out, honestly. Final match of Week 1 of this Rumble. Last semifinal spot is on the line. Who's it going to be? Well, both sides could take advantage of Doc's keys to the game to pick up that W. That is focus angles, flank, know your win condition, count cards, call abilities, and of course, hey, maybe the easiest thing in Valorant, just click heads and you'll win the game. It's all presented by Esports Tower. Score pro advice at esportstower.com. Improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance under pressure. You can match with great players and professional coaches to help you rank up. Our final bracket stage game of the night, a rematch of our fall Week 1 Grand Finals. The Infernos taking on the Blizzards on Ascent. These two teams played a great Grand Final series in Week 1, which included a dominant game on Ascent by the Infernos. This Blizzards roster, though, full of proven Rumble champions, including a free agent pickup of Zed Evan. Looking to get some revenge here on this map as we hop right into it. Infernos on the left and Blizzards on the right. Going to start out attacking. Yeah, and honestly, I think with how these games have gone tonight, I really want to see people, I guess, using their ults effectively and efficiently in terms of both teams. I think some ults are pretty good to save in certain scenarios, but I think sometimes holding those ults for too long, it just isn't a, big factor that you're kind of wasting for the most part, right? I think for the most part, Zed Evan actually on the Raze is a very interesting one. I'm curious how he's going to play that because we've only ever seen him on that Cypher. So that'll be the one I know on the side of the Infernos. The player you got to watch for is El Boof. Absolutely one of the best Sova players. Had some insane lineups when they won. He could easily plant, walk away, Hunter's Fury, a couple shock darts, and hold down a plant by himself. Yeah, I think Sova's really good on Ascent. It's pretty interesting that they're opting for the no Sova on the side of Inferno, I believe. Blizzards attacking. Yeah, Blizzards. Blizzards opting for the no Sova. I think Killjoy's obviously good in this map as well, so that's something that the Inferno doesn't have. And so I think, honestly, some pretty interesting team comps. These are probably the biggest, differentiate, right, that we've seen with these teams. Yeah, I'd be very curious. You're right. The no Sova for the Blizzards is very interesting. But, I mean, these are players that have, on the Blizzard side especially, that have won a lot of championships in Vapor, in Cozy, Zed Evans as well. So it's a very individually talented team. I'm curious how they'll all go together against an Infernos team that, you know, I think the Infernos last week got eliminated early by the landslides. They're looking to maybe remake some of that magic, get a kind of a revenge matchup there. So very curious how this game is going to go, and if I'm leaning Infernos. I don't know which side you're leaning, Red Hots.
I want the Blizzards. I'm not going to lie. I think they've done a pretty good job so far.
As we wait to hop in this one, just a reminder, of course, that the Esports Tower, if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esport industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, and game producers, then you can join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to industry insights with our featured Rumble. Recruiters are taking notice as well. It's a great way to score exposure if looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship. As we mentioned earlier in this broadcast, they handed out, or their players received $1.2 million in collegiate scholarships over the last 3 months. So absolutely spectacular job. If you want to improve your game sense, improve your team play, improve your performance, get on that path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship, esportstower.com is the place to check out. Just waiting to hop into our final match of the night. Infernos and Blizzards on Ascent, looking like it potentially could be a very good one. And we're going to have a stacked semifinal next week, Red Hots. No matter who wins this, we're going to have the landslides, we're going to have the tsunamis, and we're going to have the quakes as we get ready to go right into this one.
That was a really cool shock dart, honestly. If they would have held forward there, they took a lot of damage.
We are full on A here. You can see you've got, looks like Reyna for the Blizzards trying to lurk around as Vapor gets the first pick.
Yep, and now they are kind of just taking sight here and kind of see here how the Infernos take the retake, because obviously we've seen a lot of different retakes coming here from the Ascent, but seems like Blizzards have the whole site kind of lined up.
Ooh, we are going to get Reyna coming through spawn. Never mind, Froyo gets immediately taken out by Maroon. Zed Evan trying to make a play. Maroon at low health. Oh, those health bars are all red for the Blizzards. Even though it's a 5-on-2, I think the two Infernal players might have more total health.
Yeah, and they've seen a couple shots to make this good, but I think they're going to have to make something aggressive play here if they want anything to happen at all, because the timer is just ticking down here.
Oh, they get one onto Vapor.
Oh,
looking
nice
for another
right
one
click.
onto Zed Evan. But they end up taking care of business in the Blizzards with a quick plant. Claim round one.
Yeah, I mean, they just kind of, you know, took it by force, and honestly, there was really no chance in terms of Infernals looking like they would take the site back there. So great round by Blizzards. It's kind of a dominating win there in that first round. Granted, they got pretty low, but overall, I think it was like 4-2.
And it was just a matter of inches, too. You mentioned it. That shock dart right as we came in almost just eliminated, almost would have chipped the whole team down and could have killed a number of players with how low their health bars were. So they're now going to rotate over towards B this time, which they're going to run right into a Cypher. They've got to be very careful.
Yeah, I don't know how much utility the Cypher has here, but honestly, this team is looking in here, and they do have guns, whereas the Inferno do not here, so... Oh, they do get one, yep.
Yeah, great pick on Viper there, just rushing in. Zed Evans going to go right into the boathouse. Should get a great peek on the V-Spicy. They're going to get the plant down. Blizzard's just coming out incredibly fast here.
Yeah, I mean, they're just holding W and taking these sites like with no hesitation whatsoever, and I really like that coming from the side.
It's all up to Froyo to at least find a pick.
Yeah.
Hot Monkey's just rushing with a frenzy still.
Yeah, I do like the approach here from Blizzards. Like, I like people when they have the gun advantage. Like, yeah, they could have shorties and stuff like that, but if we play super aggressive, it's kind of hard for them to actually kind of take over, find those good spots to play those corners here.
I just like watching Hot Monkey here with the frenzy. Like, I'll lead the charge. That's fine. I ain't got a gun worth saving. I wonder what he's saving for. If he's gonna hold on to a frenzy for another round.
Probably an op maybe for Jet, and since like he had the most money at the time, maybe like before that round. Go for there.
Potentially, yeah. I mean, he does have, he's 900 short. Yeah, I would assume he's going for an op, maybe for himself. We've seen a lot of Sky ops in the Esports Tower for some reason.
Yeah, I'm hoping that's not the case, but maybe they're just like, they are attacking, so maybe they're just kind of looking to just hold the money, I guess, for the most part, right?
I mean, but Vapor, a very talented player, I would assume that it's who that's going to.
Yeah, Vapor's pretty good.
Infernos do get a full buy.
Zed Evan, ready to go in the race?
3-0.
Yeah.
I want him to get an Odin and just kind of blast back in and just start holding the trigger down and just start, you know, spinning circles.
I think he's he wants to show himself, show him on a duelist, and say, hey, I can play duelist in this league as well. You know.
Yeah, don't worry about me. I don't need to always play Cypher.
Yep.
Hey, great start for the Blizzard. This was a dominating. I think you and I said 13-3, 13-4 in that grand final a few weeks ago for the Infernos. So Blizzards have almost already matched their win total from that week.
Exactly, and they had a decent amount of time to practice, so I guess we're gonna see that pay off in terms of stuff like this. Ooh, that was a great shock dart too. He got 2 of them there for about half almost. It seems like recon dart started off as well, and to see at least 3 of them, I believe. Some like great Sova play.
Healing, I think, from Sky to help out a little bit. They're just all on that A side. I think everybody knows they're there. Elboof does get flashed.
They have the Brimstone smoke. But the great molly there kind of leading off this smoke. So they aren't going to be able to push here. But the thing is, they look like they're kind of going for the rotate play here rather than just like kind of the force down A.
Just trying to burn out as much time. They do have that Cypher for the Infernos sitting on mid. Elboof's going to rotate over as well. Vipers and Elboof might actually get a good combo here with that recon dart.
Doesn't seem like it saw anyone.
Zed Evans is hanging out here for a long time. I don't know if he's just trying to burn utility or what.
Ooh, here we go.
Don't know if Cozy knows Viper's there. Viper's got a great lineup. Finally pulls the trigger and gets
that.
2.
Yep. Yeah, so any longer, I think he actually kind of risks the not getting anything there. But 1 for 2 there is huge, especially for the Inferno side.
And Zed Evan even got picked off trying to hold that A long. So now it's a 4-on-2. V Spicy sitting up there, does get taken out by Hot Monkey. Dodge the flash from Ray.
Ooh, great job from Cozy there.
2-on-2. He'll get that turret down, help out a little bit at least.
Is the door broken?
Door does look like it's been broken.
It's like, I know you press the button there, so. Oh, wow.
A volley there onto Elboof. Oh.
Nice flash. Pretty aggressive for that Sky, honestly, at such low HP.
Yeah, I would have liked to just flash, and you're just burning time at this point. You don't need to win. Oh, nearly gets sprayed through.
Nice.
Cozy on the 3-piece. It's a 1-on-1. He's just got to burn time.
It's getting pretty low here. And Cozy's got all the time in the world. I like the sentry play. Now he knows where he is. And at this point, I think there's...
You got to stick with defuse.
Exactly. Great.
Barely gets him.
Cozy played that pretty phenomenally, honestly. Hey, happens. But you get a lot of money and the 4K, so...
Yeah, you can't be mad about lose. That was impressive from Cozy.
Yeah. I mean, wow. The timing right there was really good right there, I think, honestly. He knew that kind of Elboof was in that area, and so he had to peek to play the 1v1 to try to get, like, you know, the 1v1, right? So I always think it's good kind of pushing someone you know is there and looking for, especially since they were low because they knew how lit they were, and then going for that play rather than, like, the 1v2 possible
I don't like just burning time. You know, you don't need to be the 1v1 hero against the random. He got the kill, but he didn't even challenge until he knew, I win no matter what happens.
Exactly, yeah.
I do like that, you know, conservative
Dog
play.
took the dogs take tripwires. That's interesting.
Somebody trying to marshal through the smoke there.
That always kind of sucks, just getting sprayed through smokes. Oh, Seeker's coming out here.
What if we see the knives as well from the Jet?
Ooh,
Right,
nice shot.
Pick in mid on Cozy.
With the Sheriff. We always love Sheriff picks. Seems like that's just the weapon of choice for Eco sometimes.
Zed Evan gets 1. He's going to get a great flank. Oh, Viper's barely made it around the corner in time. 3-on-3.
Oh, nice shot from Freyo.
Oh, another one. Froyo with the 2-piece with the Marshall. Now it's a 2-on-2. I think you got to get the spike down here if you're the Blizzards. Yeah, Maroon's going to plan it. Start that time.
They are down gun advantage, but these guys have been popping off with these Marshall and Sheriffs this round, so let's see if they can make do with what they've got.
Zed Evans is going to maybe get a great peek.
Nice flash. Doesn't get anything. They know they're not there.
Astra
Great Astra smokes, yeah. Pretty hard to play there. No guns, unfortunately. There we go.
Now does get the Phantom. Oh, this is going to be a great little challenge. Zed Evan gets taken out, and now it's all up to Maroon. 4-piece for Froyo and the defuse. At least half of it.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, you got ult. Wow, Froyo had some great crosshair placement on the kill next to the box there for Zed Evan. That was phenomenal there. Just kind of comes in, gets the Phantom, and then just checks the one corner. It did scare me for the second corner, but they did end up getting that, so that's good.
Yeah, it's just great crosshair placement. We see the replay again. He's like, oh, I know if somebody's there, it's right on the head. Didn't quite get a headshot, but enough damage. Lived at 9 HP.
Yep. Things we like to see, you know? I mean, like to see the aggression coming in from each side. They had a little bit more time enough to secure the bomb plant, so I think they kind of were aware of that, right? So
that also started, by the way, with a great mid pick from Ray with the Sheriff onto Cozy.
Huh. And here we go. It seems like the knives are out here for the Blizzards. And
Empress did get popped for the Infernos.
Popping it pretty early, it seems like. But
I would assume maybe they heard the jet knives and popped it immediately in response, because you can hear that audible cue pretty much across the map.
Yeah, so they kind of expected like the rush right away, right?
But the problem is the knives last a lot longer than the Empress does.
Yeah, I mean, Empress is about to time out, I'm pretty sure, at this point.
And they're not even close to the Reyna. I believe the Reyna is over on B. So
yeah.
Empress is pretty much going to get wasted.
Ooh, he doesn't see him. Nice. Cozy kind of gets this spot mid. Likes to kind of just play these flank angles, right? They're kind of just sitting there seeing, hoping someone peeks through. Dissipate coming here from Astra.
Oh, this is a great pick onto Vipers. But he was ready for it.
Yeah, Vipers, a great shot there from mid pick.
Booth gets another one. It's a 2-on-3, though, as Vapor does get one with the knives. Right on the other side of that Astra smoke. The Astra wall, I should say. Ooh, down in hell right now. Should get maybe a great pick onto a Booth, who gave his position away.
Was that a right click? Yeah, I think so.
Yes, it was. Vipers, 1-on-2.
Oh, really low. Very, very low at this
Just gotta play time.
Oh, nice shot from Froyo. Froyo's playing pretty well right now.
Froyo's absolutely phenomenal. I don't know if that jet leap was what we wanted. You're just trying to play time. You just play ring around the rosy as much as you want.
Yeah, I think with that low HP, it's a little bit of a gamble, especially since they audibly hear that, and obviously they know how low she is, just because of.
And they only had to hit one shot.
Yeah, I mean she was like, it looked like she was like 10 HP.
Yeah, it was. I get what you're going for there.
If
obviously.
you have knives, maybe. You know.
Ooh, we do have an op
on this guy. Okay. Honestly, prove me wrong. I would love to be proven wrong with the Sky on the op here. Honestly, I really would. But I do not think it's good.
Well, let's see what Ray can do.
Zed Evan does have Showstopper here. Can he make a big play with the Rays to kind of make some impact? He does see the trip. Nice. Gets it done.
He said, just pop the Showstopper, blast pack through.
Froyo, great pick there.
Seeker's still up. You do have the Killjoy. You can maybe also Killjoy to make some space if you really don't want to use the Showstopper to bust on through. You're challenging an op mid, by the way. And he dies 1v1 to a Sheriff.
Yeah, and that's tragic. Alboof, Froyo gets the third kill of the round. Gets Sheriffed.
Cozy.
Dude, Sheriffs are just the ultimate defense weapon, I swear, sometimes. Or like the eco round.
These esports tower kids, they have to practice with the Sheriff. I've never seen that many Sheriff kills in my life before.
They go into deathmatch with Sheriffs, not Vandals or Phantoms.
100%. They're just like, we get some Sheriff practice in. It's up to Maroon.
My one-taps are needed today.
Might get a decent, at least, plant down for some credits.
I mean, the Cyber Trap's here. But they're so far away. Granted, he doesn't know that, but I like that. Just as soon as you get the utility, just running through. I like that. You have no time to waste here.
Just get the plant down.
And get the plant down, yeah. It's going to be really hard for the round to kind of be won, but giving the best chance they can get, right?
I like that. You know, you're not just getting the plant for extra credits. That's like a ton of damage.
Yeah. Shoot through?
Maybe try and take a guess.
No, I like this maybe. Oh, great. Oh, that was fantastic timing from that team there. That was a great team play.
A fantastic job by the Infernals. We tied at 3. Tactically crouching.
They're stalling for the op.
Yeah. Who do you give the op to, though? I feel like you just kind of like Ray, like, you know, it's not your night, man. You don't get the op anymore.
Yeah, let's just leave the op, man. Let's just leave it.
Come on, you can't ask for the op back.
No, dude, I got next one. Don't worry about it, all right? That happens a lot. Okay, I would say 2 chances is usually enough. I would say you got to give him 2. Sometimes, dude, sometimes you just miss everything. And like
and he saved for it. So he did use the credit. I'll give you that. One more round, Ray. Then we might have to, last call. You got to go home. You can't stay here.
Yep.
He's gonna get a great maybe challenge. I feel like if you're gonna op A, you should be up in heaven, right? He's like gonna try and op on the entry.
I think looking for the initial pick is pretty good. Granted, you're not a Jet, but I think it's pretty good because usually it's pretty hard for them to actually like punish you, right?
They're all hanging down on.
Oh, nice.
Okay, nice recon bolt there.
Yeah. Oh, I think they missed that one on accident for the Astra smoke.
Just a bit outside.
Yeah, a little bit high. Yeah.
Do you have a flank from? I think that's Cozy.
Yeah, I believe so.
Which we've talked about, loves the flanks. Does have the Killjoy ult that does kind of make it a little harder for them to push onto site.
They also have Showstopper still.
There's one op from Ray.
Oh, Hunter's Fury. Oh, great angle there from the Hunter's Fury. Does get one and does get at least one kill. That was fantastic, Hunter's Fury. I love that.
Cozy does trade 1-for-1. They're going to get the spike planted. Oh, nope. Fakes the spike.
Yeah, where was that coming from?
I think
Brimstone lineup.
Ray was behind them, and I think that's what they were worried about was the op.
Oh.
Seeker's coming out. Ooh, gets caught mid-utility.
Oh, good try. I think he just went with a double flash approach, so like, hey, you know.
Try and buy some time.
Yeah.
Ray going for that. I'm not going to stick it. I think you could just stick it here. Maroon gets one. All up to Cozy, who's hanging out now. Maybe do you just Killjoy ult here? It's force him off?
I don't think so. I think you just die. That was a great try from the Blizzards for sure. Inferno's played that pretty well. I think the V-Spicy Molly was really good. The Hunter's Fury angle was phenomenal.
Yes.
Playing the angle where you actually have the whole wide, like, I guess, alleyway there rather than, like, you know, the straight up A site was insane. I think he hit like 3 for the first one and then missed the second one and then got at least a kill for the third one. Is that Evan there for the Rays? So I think that was a pretty big kill. We have 3 ults here from the Blizzards. I'd love to see the what we saw the other week, which was the Seeker Killjoy ult combo.
That was a good combo, yeah.
Yeah, you kind of just drop both at the same time, so it's very hard for them to kind of sit there and play an angle without them, you know, running away the entire time. So I'd like to see a little bit of that from the Blizzards here, but we are going to see how they end up playing these attack rounds still.
Still have an op to deal with on mid. Still on in Ray's hands. Trying to get a nice little angle, but a great Astra smoke cuts off that mid.
Ooh, op shot.
That turret just got obliterated by the op.
Overkilled it. He said no. Oh, Froyo with a great pick on the Viper, yeah.
Froyo's been phenomenal for the Infernos. Some fantastic random play. Elboov also been popping off. It's a nice headshot there onto Hot Monkey. Cozy got a player right. Oh, Ray barely misses the shot onto Cozy. Is forced to flash. Here comes Froyo, who turns around at the last moment trying to dodge another flash. I think it was his own teammate that just got him killed, unfortunately.
Way to get out there quick from Cozy. That was close. Almost got hit by the orbital strike.
Spike's still up. I mean, you make a rotation over to B, it is wide open, and you can hold it with the Killjoy ult. I need to get a nice little mid peek here onto Vipers.
30 seconds left.
Cozy waiting for somebody. Oh, I like the double push here if you know it's just one. Maroon is behind him, I believe. So it will be a full-on 2-on-2.
Ooh, don't peek.
Nice tripwire. Oh,
I think they're just going to wait out the round at this point. I mean,
yeah, nothing they can do. Probably just want to save. Actually ends up walking into the op.
See, that's the one thing I don't understand really, though, is like, were you guys trying to save, or were you guys trying to plant the bomb, but just like it took too long? You know?
Yeah, I would have liked to have seen Maroon go through the elbow and just plant while, you know, Cozy holds mid. I agree with you. I feel like they were kind of sitting there.
I mean, my thing is, like, I think you should just try to make a decision collectively of, like, yo, are we saving or no? Like, that, it's just, I think that's your simple answer. If you're not saving, you should just play together and just look for an aggressive thing. But if you are saving, then, you know, hey, play back and play together.
Yeah, it felt like their mid play was like they wanted a pick, and when they didn't want to pick, it was, nice shock dart there.
And now they're really, great shock dart. Oh, they did get away from that one.
Astra barely alive. Oh, Vapor peeks that one. Elboof with this 2 can easily take out Maroon, who has no HP. Does at least run away and get some healing from the sky.
I love the angle there. I love when you play the the different angles, because those are going to give you a lot of the net kills that you kind of want in rounds like this, where you're playing not usually the traditional angle, and especially if you shock dart, they're still kind of scared to not play on the corner. And he is just going crazy on this round. Elboof is playing attack on this side. Oh, nice job there from V-Spicy in the crossfire.
Cozy gets taken out by Froyo. A flawless round for the Infernos. 6-3, and I mean, you have 5 ults if you're the Blizzard. You have to feel like this is your round in some combination.
I don't think it should be legal for Elboof to literally get away with this.
It's a great play.
It's a fantastic play. I'm not trying to say take that away from it at all. Yeah,
I agree with you.
This is the angle I'm talking about. These are great angles where people don't expect them, and after that, like, he just goes one by one, and man, I mean, he just got met with no utility though. I mean, he just kind of, his shock darts kind of scared him off, and honestly, great job by Elboof.
He's sitting there again looking for another good shock dart. That
Here
one,
we go.
Just missed.
There we go.
Here comes everything. We've got Killjoy, we've got Astra Wall, we've got Seekers, we've got Zed Evan with First Blood. I guess if you want to win a round, that's one way to do it.
And just like that, they're using all their ults here, but it is a 4v5 scenario still. If they get a Cypher kill, they can use that Cypher to kind of see where they're at. They have Showstopper knives. Oh, here comes the Showstopper. Oh, that's tragic. Yeah. I mean, he used it, so I can't be mad.
Ooh, the Froyo somehow lives that. Does trade 1 for 1. Blizzards have the slight advantage, but their Jet has about 5 HP.
They're also running out of time here on the side of Infernos, so I think that they're kind of have to look for some out, you know.
I mean, you have to be happy if you're the Inferno. You got 4 ults in 1 round, and you still have a lead. All up to Froyo. I don't think he can get it done. Might get a Necrosis frag? Maybe. Oh,
yeah,
that is huge.
That.
Can he get one more? Oh,
nice.
He gets
I'm pretty sure Vapor had like literally 10 HP.
Yeah.
For some reason, I'm not gonna lie, Vapor just I think he has his health bars off. I think he's like, all right, I don't need my health bars. I'm gonna play the same at all the time, and I honestly respect that a lot. He just goes.
He does. He
just peeks at. He's like, I'm getting Froyo there, you know, but ends up, oh, I have literally 1 hit of HP left. So
I almost did get him.
Do you see those pizza boxes right there? I've never noticed that.
Froyo's just stomping his Pete all.
Oh, he had an op, but it went away.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know where the op went to. Ooh, you get a huge flank here.
Yeah, looking for that B site here, tag from Blizzards. It seems like.
Vapor did pop the knives, and we saw this earlier where Vapor popped knives and Froyo Empress in response. I don't know if that's the same as what's happening this round. They are all 5 looking for B. Froyo could get a great lineup, but the Empress is just going to go away.
They see, oh, they have the dog there, but I don't think they got too much information from that. See, Empress is just gone. I like the use of it, but I think it's a little too early.
I think he's hearing the Jet sound cue and just popping it.
Oh.
In retaliation.
Okay, nice.
Nice save there by Ray.
He's like, don't flash me.
Ooh, let's go to a little battle in the mid here.
Yeah. Seems like they are rotating out here.
Still have to worry about knives.
Just through the smoke.
Maybe that's why Vapor was so
careless. Do you see where Elboof is, though? Elboof's behind them.
Ooh.
Oh, nice shot from both these guys.
Elboof is in their spawn.
And he just reconned, so like they know he's there. Oh, good try.
Just missed. Now it's all up to Cozy, who's
about to
1v1
get the full force of the team. Froyo's looking for this big flank. They're sitting in way back of spawn. Oh,
Ray takes the kill. I don't know what happened to that op that you mentioned. Yeah, Froyo had
I think he just sold it back.
I think he just sold it.
Yeah, I think he was like, I should op here, and then he was like, well, I have Empress here. Maybe I want to use Empress first.
Here's the pizza party.
Yeah.
He's just stomping all over these pizzas.
Dude, they're perfectly good pizzas, and he's just
well, maybe
sitting
there's
there.
pineapples on it. Maybe we can't see.
Yeah, that's true. No, I mean,
those just look like normal pepperoni pizzas.
Maybe they've been left out for a while.
Yeah,
though, you know, and you know.
So we get another B push here from the Blizzards.
Yeah, they kind of had the fake push last time. I think the cool thing was there though. Infernos was like, we're not waiting around, just letting you rotate there, so we're pushing out to you. And it seems like they're kind of doing the same thing here with all 5 members of Blizzards here pushing in.
Froyo could get a huge flank.
Nice.
Gets one.
Great job using the. Oh.
Got caught trying to heal there. Does get it traded out though, as there's another trade. It's all up to Vapor, who is at about 10 HP.
Can you? I don't think you should shoot through the smaller part of that.
I don't believe so.
I think it's only like the top little like brick part, maybe.
Vapor, they doing it.
It is a 1v2.
He has no health.
Well. That was pretty aggressive from the side of Blizzards we saw there, but seems like Inferno's kind of had a good setup there with that kind of one watching mid and then like that, you know, two actually on site holding that down. I think it's pretty hard to play into without ults especially, so.
They just have so much utility. Yeah. They can just shut down the push for it to allow the rest of the team to rotate over.
But maybe it's just, I think a lot of the times we've seen in Esports Tower especially is people struggling with attack on this map more than anything else. And I think the defensive side has been more so favored here. So an 8-4, you know, if we reverse the roles here, that's a tie game.
No, I think you're totally right. I think teams, we've seen a lot of teams like, they either know what they want to do and it's just go A, and that's work. We've seen teams like stall out in the mid. I think the Blizzards had that problem for a few rounds. Like everyone just kind of sat mid and was like, now what do we do? Yeah. Or they fake A and then they want to rotate to B and it just takes too long. So no, you're totally right. Attacking has not been easy. There's a pretty nice trade there in the mid. Nobody took any damage, but
I do like the mid pushes here.
Looking for a peek onto somebody. Let's take a bit of damage for Albu.
I like the run out. No need. Oh, great flank there, though, from Hot Monkey.
So you get a trade there. Froyo for Zed Evan. I like that just for the Blizzards because Froyo has been maybe the MVP for the Infernos.
Oh, Cozy had an angle there, but does get flashed, so has to kind of fall back for now.
He had to let his teammate Vapor get picked off. 3-on-3. Complete A-site control here for the Infernos. They want that plant down. They do have Hot Monkey coming from what would be their own spawn.
Yep. Yes, now they're just planting, so they have a lot of time here. They just got to play a little slow here and figure it out.
They do get around that tripwire, which is huge. Or at least Cozy does. Maroon ends up shooting it out. And they know somebody's up there. Oh, they go for the combined fire.
Nice right click.
1-for-2 trade. We'll see what Maroon can do. Ray pick up the 4-piece there.
Jeez. Honestly, a great shot through the wall there, too. Ray kind of understood his angles there and knew exactly how he wanted to play it. And a 4K followed from that.
One thing I didn't like was Maroon ended up taking out the tripwire, which told the Infernos, hey, there's at least one on Heaven. Would have liked to seen Maroon kind of come around and try and come to the door instead. Because he totally ruined his teammate's flank because Cozy had snuck past the tripwire.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing was they more so kind of wanted to push two together rather than just one because, I mean, people watch it all the time still, so it's kind of hard. But, yeah, you are right. I think the tripwire could possibly give it away there. Ooh, it's coming for him. Doesn't end up concussing him, but I like the ult orb. Yeah. Oh.
Cozy gets a great pick. Cozy's been phenomenal. Turret doing a decent bit of damage as well.
That turret's really hard to hit with, like, no actual real guns there.
Vapor in mid, has a shotgun.
I think that was a Marshall.
Oh, well, you're right. It was a Marshall. For some reason, it looked like a Bucky.
It did. The only reason why I said that is because of the sound. That's
yeah, no, yeah, you're right. I was like, that looked like a Bucky, but
I mean, he was playing like it. It was just right in the grill. Yeah.
It's like I don't know if you should just try and I guess you can muzzle stuff somebody with a Marshall.
Yeah.
Did hit him, just not enough damage. Burno's starting to take over this game for the most part, but I think the Blizzards have had some solid rounds, as you said. Yep. Attacking has been an issue for some teams. This would, I mean, to move, if the Infernos can maybe close us out like 12-5, maybe even 12-6, I would, or 13-5, 13-6, I would put them in that elite category with the Tsunamis and Landslides.
Yeah, this would be a pretty big win over the Blizzards here, but I think the Blizzards are not out yet here. They have a full buy here, so I think it's time to see kind of how they're playing this
it's a great
second half now, yeah.
Right onto Froyo.
Good spray there. Did a lot of damage.
Two members of the Blizzards very low, and Maroon Vapor does get healed up though by the Sky. Interesting to give the yellow orb to the Cypher.
Standing ahead.
Haven't seen too many neural deaths. Burnos do have a Seeker if they want to maybe pop it here, if they get a kill. And this is what we've talked about. I mean, this is just such a slow attack from the Infernos. Elboof's just trying to waste time at B. Everybody else is sitting A, waiting for either a pick or I'm not sure what.
Yeah. And Elboof, honestly, is kind of holding it down here in this B site, though, in terms of, like, there's 2 here, almost 3 hovering, and there's not really much going on the other side of the map yet. And I think they're kind of waiting maybe too long here, because now they kind of know something's up here, right? Maybe they don't.
Maroon finally maybe realized, yeah. He was, as you said, he was holding basically 2.5. Yeah. Would have liked to have seen the Infernos get a bit more aggressive, so they get a trade there. 1 for 1. Vapor picks up his 3rd kill of the round. Maroon trying to get one more.
Vapor and just flying up when the calls is always the great thing I always love to see. It's hilarious.
Vapor, you know, you look away and you're like, is that guy fly hacking? No, it's just Vapor on the jet. He's doing Vapor.
I think
things.
It's always when he takes damage. Like, I think he takes damage and he's like, all right, it's time to fly. Like, he gets lighter the lower HP he has.
It's like Buzz Lightyear. We're not aiming for the truck.
Exactly.
We don't know where he's aiming.
But he has to be low HP to do that.
Hey, it worked out. Got
yeah,
the 3 piece
I
as
mean,
well.
Hey, like I said, it's funny.
And he's got the knives, which even make, I expected to fully dash airborne with the knives, and he might even go for the right click.
But then you can't reset. Okay, well, looks like they're kind of setting up for a B push here. Maroon is kind of holding this down with the Astra.
I can't tell if that's Sky back at the spawn who's going to maybe have a little bit of a battle here, catch someone out who's looking for a lurk. It is going to be Sky. Yep. Sky on Sky as Ray gets the kill.
Yep. And there we go. Maroon with this counter. 1 for 1 for each team here.
They're still on B. Ray's now coming from behind. There's still 2 on A for the Blizzards. They are very scared that this is going to be not the full team.
I love doing the same thing he did as last time, just kind of holding this down. He does push through, and honestly, that is a crazy play. But he was punished for it, so now it is a 4v3 on the side of Blizzards here. Honestly, pretty in favor for them, I would say, right now.
They did pop the Seekers there from Ray Undaunted on the Inferno side.
Yeah.
They have the neural theft, so 1 kill onto maybe somebody like Cozy, or maybe there's Vapor going airborne again.
That's just, hey.
That's what he does.
Jet mode.
You know, at least he's consistent.
Okay, good smoke from Brimstone here. 3v2, they're kind of playing 2 angles down low, though. There we go. I like that play from the Zed Evan, honestly. Granted, he dies there, but that's the thing that I like from Raises. Raises causes enemy teams to react in a way where a lot of people don't actually know what's going on.
What do you think his DPI is?
I think he just turned it up way high. Because, like, you know those mouses now?
Yeah,
you have, like, the little click, click.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guy's sitting at 16,000. No, you're totally right. That's a fantastic race. But yes, you die. But guess what? Everybody came out of hiding to shoot at you.
Exactly. Like, granted, he didn't get a kill. But the thing is like, it's either you force to kill him or he will kill you, right? Mm-hmm. So it's like, and honestly, like, a lot of the time you don't expect a Raze to double jetpack right in front of you when you're defending a site. And you're like, what? And so both members are focusing that while the other ones get to just, get the other 2. So
yeah, it brought the Cypher out of hell. Yeah. And otherwise they wouldn't have known where he was.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, though. I think stuff like that is how you kind of use Raze to your full extent, right?
There's quite a few ults. I would like to see a good... Froyo's had a phenomenal game. The only, consistent criticism is he has had some very lackluster Empresses. I'd like to see a really good, high-value Empress here from Froyo. Mm-hmm. Just to really kind of lock down.
I think it's easier to use on attack, right? Because you kind of know you're going into a site, so you can just kind of pop it early, go into the attack side, and then get ready to use it.
Well, they are ecoing, so I guess I won't expect you to Empress with the pistol. Never did admit that they were ecoing, as Cozy just kind of sprays through.
Yeah, great kind of run down there from Cozy. And Maroon gets another kill here. Oh. I like this here. Oh, no.
That is huge for Elbow.
Yeah. Vapor has an op? Oh, well, that's great.
Be able to land this kill onto Elboof. Maybe not, Elboof.
Yeah, he's really low, too. I think you have to use Seekers here.
You have to.
I don't think he has the time now. He's too old.
Oh!
Oh!
Elboof with the clutch.
Yeah.
On a pistol round.
I think Vapor got kind of caught off guard with him being in heaven. He was not ready for that, so.
I think Killjoy, I think Cozy got caught off guard as well.
And the door was closed there, so it must have been a miscommunication on their part to kind of be like, hey, you know, the only option he really has is heaven. The one thing I do say is he was aware that he had 2 bullets left, and he kind of was like, all right, we'll have to make, you know, this 2 bullets headshots count, so.
That was I thought that round for sure was Blizzards. I'm like 10-7. That's a lot better. What an insane play from Elboof.
Yep.
Playing out of his mind. Let's take a bit of damage.
That's a lot of damage. I mean, took 20 shield damage and 10 HP, so I think you kind of want to give Elboof the ult orb here because he's one off of, yeah, Hunter's Fury. Vapor with a great pick onto Froyo. It seems like with that Vandal, doing a fantastic job.
They do still have that neural theft for the Inferno, so if they can get 1 kill, especially if Cypher can be close to the body, that can easily turn the round. As they do have that 1 member over towards B, which something we've seen a lot. We've seen a lot of these like 1-4-1. Now it's like a 1-3-1 here.
Yep.
A lot of isolated members trying to maybe either stall or be a distraction, or maybe just open things up because it looks like they're going to full rotate over towards B now.
I think Elboof's doing a great job of flanking. I think he kind of has learned now. It seems like that he shouldn't push out. I think just kind of having him stay there is pretty good. Oh, nice shot.
4-on-4. Oh, and he immediately forces a double move back to A.
Yeah.
Doesn't look like the rest of the team's coming. Seekers did get popped, though, by the Infernos. All of you taken out.
Oh, that was really sick. Did you see that? So that was insane coordination there on the side of Inferno. Basically, Elboof, the frame that he used the Cypher ult, pressed ult because he knew exactly it would highlight their locations. And so he used that as a recon dart, basically. That was really sick.
That was. Now you say that in real time, I was like, how did he do that? But yeah, that was a great Cypher ult. They've had some great combo ults, the Infernos have had.
And that's what they need, to be honest, for stuff like this, right?
Maroon is up there. Oh,
fantastic job. Wow.
1 round away now for the Infernos. I was all ready to hand at least MVP of this game to Froyo, but I mean, Elboof has kind of stolen the show these last 2 rounds.
Yeah, I think besides the early kind of attack rounds they had here, where he's kind of had some questionable decisions there, but other than that, he's doing a great job of holding people down and stuff. And that combo, I can't get over that. That was really cool. I mean, like, they used it exactly the time. Like, as soon as they used that Cypher ult in the queue, he popped that ult and he was ready to go. Because he knew that they were around garden area, right? So he kind of hover that area and then make the decision after that.
Yeah, you just seen all 3 Seekers. A match point here for the Infernos. Blizzards do have a showstopper potentially to make a play. Zed Evans does retreat, but
great grenades by Zed Evan, honestly, these rounds.
Great damage.
Getting some good damage in, yeah.
It looks like 2 or 3 members of the Infernos. They didn't all get healed up, though.
He has full utility on the side of Elboff here. I don't know if they're kind of waiting for smokes here. Oh,
here we go. Maybe?
Pausing.
No.
Okay. Yep.
I don't know if I don't know if Zed Evan expected them to push him.
Yeah, I mean, once you hear that, I don't think anyone's pushing you. to be fair, right?
The audible cues are loud enough in Valorant. You're like, yeah. Hey, no, turn around.
Okay, they have Seekers ready to go from Undaunted here, and I think they're going to kind of look for this A push in the end here. They have no Zed Evan ult here. They kind of wait the smokes out, and a lot of ults coming out here. Empress.
I mean, I'd like to just see the Astro Wall. Ooh, gets almost caught there.
And vulnerable.
Vapor gets first blood onto V-Spicy, looking for 1 more through the smoke. Maroon with the double spray. Froyo trying to keep his team in it. Does pop the Empress now as they trade 1 for 1. It's all up to Vipers. Down below in hell, it gets sprayed
nice
through by Cozy.
Wow, I mean, honestly, Blizzard's doing a great job of defending now. I think they're playing multiple angles. It seems like it almost seems like they're talking more, right? They're using a lot more communication of like, hey, you should flank from up here, or, you know, I am flanking from up here, just kind of hold them on the other side. And I think that kind of stuff goes a long way in games like this. I think you having multiple angles for that crossfire makes it very hard for Inferno to actually hold that site, because A has so many different site, like, you know, opportunities there. And that Heaven flank from Maroon was huge there, getting those 2.
That's something we've seen through all our games. I don't know if the Blizzards will lose. They're going to win 5 rounds in a row to force overtime. But the team that has lost in our first 2 games did a really good job at the end getting better and communicating. Yep. That's what the Blizzards have done. Again, they still have a chance. 5 straight rounds. You win a couple, you force an eco round here and there. It's not as hard as it sounds.
Yeah. I think this is an eco round from Infernos, I believe, maybe.
Hard to tell. Potentially. Maybe this might be their last.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, there's a Marshall out, so.
Yeah, probably a slight eco for the Infernos.
Yep.
We popped a lot of ults that round as well. I mean, they used the Empress, they used the Seekers.
Oh, wow.
Great shock dart there. Oh, Boof has had some fantastic near lineup.
Oh, they know he's there for sure, and they're getting him out of there. Oh, does hit him once. Firing off a lot of shots there.
Taking some Marshall.
Oh, good heal, yeah. Still can get one shot by Marshall, by the way.
Ooh, Vapor gets the first blood, though, on to Ray. He's taken out immediately by that Marshall, though. I love this spot for Maroon. We have seen so many players in Esports Tower forget that spot exists. Not this time, though. Just get Cypher caged.
It's so funny looking at the game like through seeing walls, you know? Like, it's like, shoot! But it's like...
Take the shot!
Yeah, it's like...
He's literally right there!
Yeah. It's like, oh, I don't actually know. Oh.
All right, maybe he did.
Heard us, he heard us, yeah. Oh, but the knife was out, but Cozy does have the flank there.
I don't think they can get the spike down.
Yeah.
Wow, all right.
Blizzards are taking them out here pretty convincingly each round.
This might... No, they're going to get one more full buy here for the Blizzards, or for the Infernos, it looks like.
Yeah.
So probably after next round, though, they're going to be forced to eco again. You really, instead of winning 4 rounds, you really have to win 2, because the other 2 rounds they'll be ecoing.
Yeah.
So
you still have to win those, but yeah.
Yeah, okay. We have seen the Infernos.
I'm kidding.
They did win one when they were ecoing, thanks to Boof with his friends.
I mean, if they have all sheriffs, I'm pretty sure that's an equal round.
Hey, the way these kids have been playing.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
That's what they can do here. Froyo looking for the peek onto potentially Zed Evans, who's had some great grenades early on down A lobby, but I think he's just going to back off this time. I don't know who they're giving the alt orb to.
Yeah.
I would assume Sky. That'd be my first guess for Seekers.
Ooh, Froyo.
Very aggressive.
Not watching that Heaven, though. Does get flash, and honestly, great peek there. Does take some damage. Gets healed back up, but does lose the shield, which is pretty important there, and gets hit with the other grenade as well.
That takes a little bit of damage. No shields now.
Oh, that's some good damage coming out here from Infernos.
Do have the Brimstone ult online as well. A little harder to use defensively.
Hellboof did get the pick on Vapor, though.
That's huge. Vapor has been getting a lot of first bloods in the mid and really opened the game up for the Blizzards. This could be the Inferno's round. Maroon's going to try and peek here. Froyo's just kind of holding W.
Yeah.
I think they probably know where he is at this point.
Some great wall sprays. Nice. Turns out they go in favor of Infernos. It is a 5v3 scenario here, and they do have the Brimstone ult, so they can get the defense down and kind of get the bomb down.
Ooh, Cozy with the 3 speed. 1v2 here for Vipers because
and just
Cozy's
like that, yeah.
off. Huge here. Oh, can't win it. And Monkey was low. Monkey only had 27 HP.
That was a power play by Cozy right there. He literally just saved the game right there in terms of that play on the side of the Blizzards. I mean, came around the corner and just 3K'd them. Just 1, 2, 3 spray line and bang. Wow.
5-2 goes to 2-2 just like that.
And then they win the round.
That was
that's a massive play.
Well, this is what we talked about when the Blizzards made their run to the Grand Finals week 1. It was Cozy and Blizzard made a ton of phenomenal plays, or Cozy and Vapor, excuse me, made a ton of great plays.
Yeah.
And you see here, it looks like it's an eco round. At least you can see Ray only has the Sheriff for the side of the Infernos. Have to favor the Blizzards in this round, but that's a great shock dart. Barely dodges it.
Ooh, Elbow kind of gets a little too close, but hits him with the shock dart in the slightest. Ooh. Oh my gosh, that was a little aggressive coming in from
I know exactly.
on Monkey.
Ooh, and they
there.
get the Cypher ult too.
Yeah, true.
They are still at a gun disadvantage.
Ooh, okay. They do have one lurking there. Ray Undaunted is sitting in B, while the rest of the team kind of seems to be still playing that A site more so. They do have the Dissipate here. I think it's kind of harder using when you have defense, but you can kind of lock off that that A main there.
You have the Killjoy ult if you're the Blizzards. I don't.
Ooh.
I mean, Froyo did get a gun. They get a kill on the Vapor.
This is looking pretty promising here for the Inferno side, but you never know. Just like last round.
There's that Killjoy ult. Hunter's Fury is going to try and take care of it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's going to hit it, yeah.
Get it. Ooh, I don't know how Maroon missed it. Almost gets killed.
Okay, this is...
Boof is doing a ton of damage. Gets
nice
a great
shot.
headshot. 3 on 2, but the health bars are very critical. Boof gets another one.
They do have the Orbital Strike here, so I think they're just going to play back here for the Orbital Strike, and that should be the round for the most part. He's 29 HP or Cozy. Oh, we're looking the wrong way.
Wow. And, I mean, a little too aggressive on the Sky, gave him a gun, and that's all the Infernos needed. Great job for them. A little bit closer than last week, though. The Blizzards definitely made some phenomenal plays, but in the end, the Infernos get the job done. So we will have 2 champions, the Landslides and the Quakes, in our semifinals. So we're going to take a look at next week, plus our grand finals. Overall, a phenomenal night of Valorant, though. Just want to remind people, if you want to be seen by expert college recruiters, talk directly to esports industry insiders like pro athletes, team general managers, game producers, then join the club. Esports Tower players get insider access to our industry insights. With featured rumbles, our recruiters are taking notice as well. Great way to score exposure if you're looking to start your path to pro or land a collegiate scholarship here. As we take a look at the standings at the end of the night, it was a crazy last game on Ascent, Red Hots. That could have gone either way. Just a little bit too aggressive on the side of the Blizzards at times.
I agree. I mean, that was a phenomenal match there. Back and forth, honestly, at the very end, it kind of seemed like Blizzards could potentially come back and tie it up there with a couple, streak going on there the last couple rounds there, but it turns out the Infernos did kind of just end up winning the last 2 rounds.
So huge congratulations to the Infernos. They will take on the Landslides in a rematch of last week's bracket stage game. The Landslides won pretty handily. Other side of the bracket will be the Quakes and the Tsunamis going in against each other. Probably expect the Tsunamis to win that one, but you never know. We did not get to see the Quakes tonight. Well, as we transition into the end of our broadcast, we do have our ICCU player of the game to give away. And Red Hots, I mean, a lot of deserving performers. Who do you got this week?
Honestly, I think Elboof's performance last map was actually really well. I think his Sova darts and stuff like that had so much pressure on the map, and not even just like KD-wise. I think it's just like he overall utility-wise had so much impact on the map. When he was holding A, he had the shock darts every round and different. He mixed it up every round, right? He had lineups for every single different way. He had some really good Hunter's Furies there, and so I would say I think I'd give it to Elboof there.
Yeah, especially that last round. He gets the Hunter's Fury out of the lockdown, and then gets 2 headshots with the Marshall when they know where he was. Yeah, I completely agree with you. Elboof, I mean, if you want another one, I know the 2 free agents for the Landslides, they had some phenomenal performances there. I mean, the Tsunami's kind of just a team effort. I think it was Formal who ended up top fragging that game. I thought the entire Tsunami's team played really well. So, yeah, I would agree with you. I think Elboof, probably the deserving nominee. We will see who it is going to be. I'm excited for next week, though. We've got some crazy matchups. So now we get to this week's ICCU player of the game. And it'll be Froyo, who I think, round 1, the first half MVP for this map, definitely Froyo. I thought Elboof did a little bit better, but I don't think you can. This is not a bad choice here to give Froyo the MVP. Yeah,
I mean, he had some very standout rounds as well. I think, especially their attack side, he had a lot of first bloods on the side of on the attack side for that round.
Yeah, they were down early. I mean, you see here 3-0, 3-1, and Froyo just kind of willed them back in. Who knows how this game goes if the Blizzards have a 5-0 lead. Get one more look at Vapor doing Jet things. But the player of the game brought to you by Idaho Central Credit Union. He's a great player, makes a team more successful, just like Idaho Central's helping members achieve financial success. This week's Rumble ICCU player of the week is Froyo. Huge congratulations to you on picking up the Idaho Central Credit Union player of the week, as they had some phenomenal plays, especially in that first half, getting in the Infernos ahead and allowing Elboof to play just spectacularly as well. Well, as we prepare to close out this night, any big takeaways from the game? We saw the favorites all won. Second half's usually closer than the first half, and we've got some great matchups set up for next week as well.
Yeah, I think we'll have some good maps next week. I think the biggest thing is it seems like the team who's kind of coming online first is kind of pulling out ahead. And I think those early rounds are actually meaning a lot more than people think. I think momentum's playing a huge point in here. We've seen a lot of teams kind of play pretty well in the last couple rounds, but unfortunately that's usually too late for you to kind of kick it up in the games like that. So hopefully you can get some good warm-ups in and stuff like that. And next week there's some good games.
Well, we had an exciting night of matchups in the bracket stage for this week's Rumble. Congratulations to Tsunamis, Landslides, Infernos, and Quakes for making it to the semifinals next week. It is shaping up to be a great show. All 4 of those teams have the capability to take home the championship. We will be back next week with our semifinals and our grand finals to see who is this week's Valorant champion. As a reminder, we're hosting the conclusion of our Esports Valorant Rumble right here Monday starting at 6 p.m. Eastern, 4 p.m. Mountain Time on the Boise State Twitch channel. And we will close out here with our top 5 plays presented by the Idaho Army National Guard, who invites you to take your impressive critical thinking skills into real time. More than 10 jobs offering a $20,000 bonus and your degree of choice paid for. The Idaho Army National Guard is the best team out there. Reach out on Twitch at iGuard Gaming. And here are your top 5 plays from week 1 of this week's Rumble. Hyperwall especially, now with that box.
Oh, yeah. So you'll get... Did they just try to knife him?
I think so.
I'm pretty sure Sage had her knife out.
He's looking for a 4-piece here. Oh, there's a judge.
Oh, got one.
Got one on the shorty there.
Hey, sometimes the shorties you just gotta hold.
Their moment of history, because right now, I mean, it's hard to find a bad spot in what they've done so far on Icebox.
Yeah.
That shot, once again, a great pick. Snazzy gets it. Everybody's getting involved now for the landslide.
Oh.
Snazzy, got out by Sage at least.
Maybe gets 2 here. He is lit. Oh, kind of setting up. One thing he's always going to be careful about shorties this round, so like the cam there, making sure that everywhere is safe, just because, you know, shorty cheese in this map is definitely pretty good in terms of all the corners and stuff. So.
It's like the meters have picked up its
nice shot.
Formal gets the first one. Gets another one.
Wow. What a great shot from Keegan there. Oh, my God.
This is teleport for the dog.
Does find him, yeah.
Because on the op, though, there's nothing you can really...
No way, dude. Imagine. Okay. That was interesting. There. Great Astra smokes, yeah. Pretty hard to play there. No guns, unfortunately. There we go.
Now just get the Phantom. Well, this is going to be a great little challenge that Evan gets taken out, and now it's all up to Maroon. 4-piece for Froyo and the defuse.